Sorry, I forgot how loud this was. The rest of the game is much quieter. Ugh. There we are. Just pop in the game. Dun dun dun. Dun. Alright. What were we doing? I vaguely remember. Vaguely. So, I think we're going south from the other place we were at. Yeah, man, I need to just pull the map. I had a cool map earlier and now I don't have it. Can I zoom in far enough? Oh, I can. I can zoom in real far. Alright, so according to this map, which we can actually just open up the map here too. You know, that probably would have been useful. We are currently south of Baldur's Gate. We started out in Candlekeep. We went to a generic forest along the coastway. We went up to the Friendly Arm Inn, found some companions. We went to Baragost, which is a random town south of that. And now we need to go to Nashkel, which should be over here, but it's over here in the case of this map because we only go up and down. There's also a carnival and then the mines. So we need to just travel really far south in order to go to Nashkel. And that's where we are. And we have a whole party of various people.
What do you need? I've got this.
So we're just gonna travel south. We could wander around the edges, though I'm not sure. We can't actually get over there right now. We'll just start wandering. I'm not sure if there's really going to be too much to find in the random wilderness. Or if these are... I don't think they're randomly generated. Oh, well. There is a ghoul. Ooh. Undead.
Me like flesh.
Well, you can right click on them. What's that? Oh, there's a squirrel. Okay, okay. So we need to go attack that. We're gonna move here.
Tell me.
And I'm not sure if we tell them to guard, does that mean that they just stand still and guard, or do they do that while they're moving? It looks like they stand still and guard. Alright, alright. You move here. You're just gonna run right to them. Can you stop?
I can, but try.
Oh boy, now they're gonna go right.
Give it to me straight. You want it? You've got it.
Alright, all the rest of you need to slow... Oh, you can guard a radius. Oh. Well, that would have been useful.
What do you need?
You can just, like, drag a radius to guard.
You want it? You've got it.
You have need of nature. Servant away.
Alright, you. Do you have anything useful? Not for this fight in particular. We can save our stuff. She can stand there.
Queer fellow. Yes. What you want?
No, you need to unequip this. There you go. I need to find a new bow for her. She like dropped her old one or it broke or something.
Uh-huh.
So you can attack.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Okay, the music's a little bit loud. There we go. Here we go. I turned down some stuff, but now I feel like it sounds a little weird. Okay.
Yep.
And you... Oh, I should have been
I'm
sneaking
gone.
with you already. Oh wait, what happened? I have a status effect, but I'm not sure what it is. Taking crushing damage, but I'm not sure what else is happening. Okay, I'm paused. I see that. I don't know what this effect is. Okay. Well. I don't know why it paused. Am I turned to stone? I have no idea. I don't think there's a way to check, as far as I can tell, like what your current status is. Oh, we're being held. Okay, that makes sense.
Can I help you?
Well, he's dead, so that's fine. It's kind of weird there wasn't anything in here. I mean, we did a save versus death, but they didn't say like ghoul casts anything.
You have need of me? If none are better.
I'm still being held though. I guess I just wait for this to wear off. There we go. Like, why is that not in the log?
Tell me.
It's kind of weird. I only had 47 gold on him. That's not too bad. We did take a couple of hits, but we're still fine.
Don't worry about me.
Hello, squirrel. Squirrel has nothing to say to you.
Give it to me straight.
Wow.
Don't worry about me.
Okay. From my understanding of hide and shadows, it's a sneak that you cannot use while any enemies are in line of sight. I'm not sure if that just means your line of sight or anyone's. Oh, there's a person. Bub Snicked.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, no, run, move, get back. He's gonna try to talk to us. No.
What do you need?
Keep low and quiet. Can you smell it? Ogres on the breeze. 2, maybe more. You're not a party member, bub. I don't think this guy's gonna know anything about the Iron Crisis, but maybe. I don't see a problem in asking. You seem to know the area pretty well. Do you have any clues about the Iron Crisis? I ain't gotta care for the politics and crap going on. Take all that flamin' garbage and toss it to the crows. Take all the metal away too, for all I care. Don't need it to hunt. Don't need it to kill. Don't need it to smell them ogres neither. Take my advice. Mac, keep your weapons ready.
Tell me. I've got this.
Ogres nearby. Alright. We've killed an ogre before.
You've a task?
You're a queer. This way.
Can you just like walk in the woods? Yeah. I think it's because her skill isn't very high in it, so she can't easily hide in shadows half the time. Nice little meadow. Oh, there's an ogre. Or a hobgoblin. Hobgoblin. Alright. We can back it up. Actually, she could probably just stand right here. She'll probably... Oh. Alright.
Give it to me
you
straight.
Can come up.
You want it? You got it.
We'll see if we can get a backstab on him. I'm not sure if it will happen, but maybe.
What do you need?
Alright, you two
Tell me.
need to guard.
You want it? You got it.
Yes?
Ouch, the radius is
I'll
weird.
do my best.
You're doing side quests. Ooh, nice. What are you doing side quests in?
Nature's servant awaits. As you direct.
What you want?
Life is glow with joy, sir.
What is it this time?
We can wait.
My turn to save the day.
Oh, there's two.
Dear friends. Can I? I'll do my best.
Alright. And Moen,
Yep.
you are gonna go for a backstab. Hopefully.
I've done had enough of this.
On probably... this guy's sitting. Just hit him.
My blade will cut
Oh,
you down
come
to
on,
size.
Moen. Come on, land a hit. You have... Okay, there we go. When they're sneaking, they have a -4, which is in theory a
Give it to
+4
me straight.
to hit. They have advantage, essentially.
You want it?
She
You
missed
got
so
it.
many times still. Let's see, we have a necklace, we have some studded leather, a helmet. I don't know if anyone else can wear a helmet. Can you wear helmet?
Yes, sir.
You rang?
I am at your service.
He can wear studded leather armor, though. Is that good for him? It seems to be. It doesn't have any negatives for it. All minuses, all good. Okay, that works. You can... I don't know. Yeah, she can only wear leather, I think. Just toss it over here. I mean, actually, it's only worth one. You can just drop it. And crosscode. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I hit R! Ah! Darn it. I keep hitting that button by accident. Trying to close a menu. Okay, I need to change that hotkey because I don't need a hotkey for that. Well, that screws me up. There is something where you can make it ask for confirmation, but it's only when resting at inns or removing memorized spells. Which, you know... Because if you remove a memorized spell, it's just gone, so... I don't think I need an additional confirmation prompt for that. I'm only going to go in the menu if I'm going to change it. Okay, well, one night later.
I care not.
What's the squirrels? Oh, there's another hobgoblin. Ooh, that one has a bow. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, we're gonna have to actually have to do stuff now.
What you want?
You need to cast sleep.
You've a task?
Everything you can do. Shillelagh would probably be a good idea. Go ahead and cast Shillelagh.
Can I help you?
You are always too far
Yep.
forward, darn it. You
I'm
need to back
gone.
up.
I could really use Tensor's floating bandage over here.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whenever you're not casting a spell, that'd be good.
Tell me.
You have need of me?
Start attack. Actually, just go for the archer, distract him. Oh, you can't. Okay.
I care not.
I wonder if she could... No, they're in line of sight. She can't do anything else. She could go for the archer, though, in theory. So I'm kind of concerned about that.
What is it this time?
I think she's done now.
Yes, sir.
You rang?
I am at your service.
Almost looks like he's just standing there. Not doing anything.
Servant awaits.
Ooh, jeez.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you need to, like, back it on up or something. She just drank her potion. How much did it heal her for? Was it just one? She gulped. Doesn't tell me how much she earned. Is it always guaranteed how much you earn from health potions? Or is it a roll? Restores 9. So she drank it and then she almost died. Okay. That's good to know. She needs to, like, just back up.
Stand back and watch this.
I hope she doesn't get hit. Okay. Yeah, it's always maximum in this game, apparently. Usually it's like 2d4, I think.
Life is glorious.
It looks like we killed the archer, I think. Or no, he just swapped. That's all. Nobody in particular. I guess I'm in trouble. You can just keep aiming at that one, though.
Yes?
You're hitting him. That's fine. I mean, I probably want to... That's probably fine. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
You attack this guy. He's weaker.
Give it to me straight.
Nobody needs healing. Anything else I can do? Protection from evil. I need to be using this more often because it gives them a penalty to hit me, and they're most often attacking me, but I'm sure we're fine.
Yes,
Why aren't you attacking?
Omnipresent authority figure.
There we go.
What is it
Alright, you
this?
can come
Stand back and watch
Gosh, she only has 4 health. It's so sad.
What do you need?
Alright, we got some... Well, Oh, her shillelagh went off. That's kind of annoying. I have it set to where it pauses when weapons become unusable, but when shillelagh goes away, then weapons become unusable.
me.
Your Pathfinder experience... Oh, it's 1d8 plus 1. Sorry. Cure Light Wounds is 1d8. Oh, well, we're talking about a potion, though, not Cure Light Wounds. I think in Baldur's Gate it might have been 2d4. I'm not sure. Let's see. Potion... what does it specify it as? Minor healing? Healing. 5e. 2d4 plus 2. There you go. In Pathfinder, potion mimics spell effects.
Give it to me straight.
I don't think that's the case in D&D. I think they're separate. Like, we have... What would be like a classic healing spell? Like Cure Light Wounds, yeah. It should be so much faster. Oh my gosh, I can't type with the dang phone keyboard. It's screwing me up. Yeah, Cure Wounds is 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. But yeah. Plus 1 point per caster level. You know, basically the same thing. Whereas potions are different. You just kind of assume Pathfinder copied everything from 3.5? Well, they may have changed it. Because I'm talking about 5th edition, not 3.5. What did it do in 3.5? For a standard one. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, same thing. 2d4 plus 2. I'm assuming they changed it to just simplify it to where it's like, oh yeah, different healing has like the same scaling. Oh look, Grease! That's actually a very useful spell.
You rang?
Give me that. Grease is very useful. Because we could just throw it at all the enemies like running at us. It's like maybe a version of Entangle where they won't accidentally throw it on top of us. Maybe.
You're a queer fellow.
Oh, there's a bow. She needs that. Because her other bow, like, vanished. It's a short bow, too. Good. A lot of other things I don't need. What are these? Boots I gotta identify.
This way.
Uh-huh.
And money. Okay.
What do you need?
I'm so glad most of this is, like, trash loot, but it's not good trash loot. It's just garbage. Garbage we don't need. More swords and weapons. Also protection from evil. I don't know, I'll give it to you. I have a lot of potions I probably should be using. I'm gonna give this to her. We have bottle of wine, which that's for a quest. Need to remember that. Bunch of random things. That's a quest item. The scroll, which I think I've already copied. So I can just throw it on the ground now. It's useless. Potion of defense. Which would be very useful for me at some point. Because I'm the one who takes all the damage. I'm the tank. There we go. It's just more convenient if healing effects are more reliable. Yeah, they just did that in the case of this game, because if you just drink a potion, because potions are probably going to be rather rare. In a game sense, you're like min-maxing a whole party. Like, not min-maxing, micromanaging a whole party. So if the potion just like didn't work, that's just a game over, probably in most cases. And so now you gotta just reload for RNG. And that's just kind of annoying. So they're like, yeah, it heals 9. You know, whatever. There's already enough rolls going on, and they don't actually even tell you everything that's happening in the little quick things. So.
Can I help you?
The thing that's cool about grease is basically you summon a whole pool of grease. Any creature entering the area or caught in it when the spell is cast must save versus spell at +2, or they slip and slide and they basically can't really move that well. Those who successfully save can move, but slowly for the rest of the round, and they need to save versus spell again the following round. Those who remain in the area are allowed a saving throw each round until they escape. So basically, it's to slow everything down. Yeah, slow everybody down, which can be useful. I don't imagine in this game it can actually combo with like a fire spell, because it doesn't look like we have cantrips in this game, but that's fine. That is very interesting though. I didn't think about that. We don't have cantrips, because cantrips are free to use, but I think it's because this game doesn't have like the action economy going on. There's no like actions and bonus actions. It's just you have spells, which is interesting. Garrett, you don't have to sing.
I am at your service.
I serve the flaming fist.
What do you need?
Uh-oh. You there! You're under arrest for banditry and highway robbery. We know you're part of that bandit group who's been terrorizing the coastway. Give yourselves up or there will be trouble. You got the wrong guys. We're not part of any bandit gang. Really now, why should we believe you? For those who aren't aware, the Flaming Fist are essentially the guard guild, I guess, the fighters guild of guards from Baldur's Gate, and they're hired as mercenaries, or sent out to do things, to do quests to protect the region. Because of my warm smile and honest demeanor. If we were bandits, why were we walking out in the open? Come on, just let us go. We're not the people you're looking for. We really don't want trouble. Like you, we're hunting down bandits in the region. That is true. So you were hunting the bandits. Well, who hired you to take on the bandits? Or are you doing it out of the goodness of your heart? We're adventurers, just trying to help out the people of the Sword Coast. We're working for Amn. Oh no, don't say that. Amn is the country/region to the south, below the town that we're going to. A noble hired us to avenge the death of his brother. We work for the Black Talon Mercenaries. I don't know who that group is. Honestly, we're just a ragtag group of adventurers. Alright, maybe I was wrong about the bunch of you. You're free to go. Aw, thanks. So the Flaming Fist is actually out here looking for the bandits.
Tell me, don't
as well.
worry about me.
Or the supposed bandits. We're not even really sure. We actually don't know if there are bandits or not, but the townsfolk keep saying there's bandits. And then other people say it must be the Zahentarim. Maybe we should have gone down the road first, but... Actually, we got down the road and we immediately swerved around them completely. No wonder they were suspicious of us. We took like a big ol' U-turn. Alright, that's probably all there is. There might be like another ogre or another hobgoblin or something.
Life is glorious.
What does your bard song do again? I think it just removes
Give it to me
fear
straight.
or something.
What do you need?
Which is like fury. She's sliding.
I've got this.
Gosh, look at their animations. They keep bumping into each other. What does it do again? I think it just removes fear or something, which is like... While active, it restores morale to its average value, removes fear, protection from fear, alignment restricted to any neutral. Oh no, sorry, that's the other thing. It's just this. See, it's just for fear to prevent characters from running away. Because everyone knows a good song makes you brave.
Tell me.
Is that all it does? It's kind of lame, actually. I assume fear is going to be more common later, but let me see. Character creation, class. There are rogues, a bard. There we go. What do they do? Can use any type of weapon except composite longbows. Can learn and cast all wizard spells from spell levels 1 through 6. Can cast all wizard spells from scrolls and use wizard-specific wands. They can use Bard's Song at will, whose effects vary with experience level. From 1 to 14, allied creatures within 30 feet of the Bard are immune to fear and morale failure, and receive a +1 luck bonus. Which I don't actually know what luck does. I'll have to look that up. Later on, they're immune to fear, morale, and bonus luck is +2 now. Luck +3. Oh, this says equates to a +3 bonus on all to hit, damage, and saving roll throws. Oh, so it's actually good. They also share the fastest rate of level progression. They gain lore per level. They can use all the thief stuffs. So just pickpockets. Okay. Let me go to there's like a convenient glossary where I can just like look up this kind of stuff. Like, what is luck? When a creature gets lucky, they gain various combat advantages. At the same time, increase survival rate by lessening income and damage of certain types. Okay. Every plus or minus point of luck gives the affected creature 1 point bonus or penalty to the following rolls. Physical attack rolls, like that you're doing. Outgoing physical damage rolls from attacks that are not spells. Healing rolls for mass cure and mass raise dead. Like any like AoE kind of thing. Incoming elemental damage rolls, whether a result of spells or not. Incoming on effect damage rolls. Character can take 0 to 0.5 seconds to react to certain player commands. This reaction delay depends on a die roll. Luck only affects this die for commands that involve interacting with another creature. That's interesting, because I guess we are commanding them, so they can take up to 0.5 seconds to actually like do whatever you told them to do. Otherwise they kind of stand there, and that depends on a die roll. Okay. Critical hits and misses are decided before luck is applied. Regardless of the attacker's luck, an attack roll of 1 before luck is destined to miss. And a 20 or 19, depending weapon proficiencies, guarantees a hit. Luck can be particularly important for parties with multiple backstabbers who might want to attack at the same time to avoid having enemies move out of backstab positioning. Luck also affects the odds that a successful physical attack will hit a caster through mirror images. If the caster's total luck bonus is +1 or higher, this unfortunate event will never happen. On the other hand, should their luck be in the negative, successful hits will always bypass images and strike true. Oh my. Alright, we gotta go to these mountains.
You want it? You got it.
That's the edge. This seems like a perfect place to get jumped by bandits. Frost, are you going to TwitchCon? Am I going to a convention that is likely hundreds of miles away? No. I've never been to a convention, and I don't really have any interest in going to a convention either. I think the only things that are really interesting at conventions are certain speakers, if they don't happen to record it and put it online. And then, like, seeing cosplayers, kind of neat. That's about it. Most likely, I think, especially with the fact that there's a pandemic going on, I don't want to go to anywhere where there's a lot of people. There's nothing on here. Maybe I should have been holding tab the whole time. Oh right, the pandemic. Yeah, that thing that exists that we all forget about. Oh. Maybe that's a cliff, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have any interest in going to most conventions or anything. I'd rather go to like a theme park or something. Oh, here's a Portal Benderwinden. He seems like either an undead person or someone who is starving to death. hello.
Oh, my lung! It's flopping all over the dirt!
Or he's just a crazy old man.
Eh? Who? Get out of my yard, you hooligans! Kinda hard to be a hermit when people keep pestering for hints about the nature of existence. Read a book, people! Portal Enderwinden does so command.
Oh no. Your yard. No, wait, please. I was hoping to speak with you. Has your isolation given you any insights I may benefit from? Don't speak to me of such nonsense, old fool. Have you anything useful for me? Information or items, perhaps? My apologies for disturbing your peace. No doubt you are isolated because you wish to remain alone. Honestly, I'm gonna give the man some space. He's over here in the middle of the woods. He probably doesn't want to be bothered by people.
Oh, yes. That about disturbing personal habits. As well, people don't mind advice when they're looking for it, but having someone around continually spouting proverbs and truisms really puts a damper on the picnic. It's worse than when ants steal the cheese, if you know what I mean. Eh? Well, you're really hard to look at.
Thanks. If I had wished comments about my appearance, I would have asked for them. Bah! I have no time to waste on such as you. Your insults are misplaced. I only wish to speak. You could have simply said no. I will leave you. Yeah, you don't have to be mean. I just wanted to talk to you.
Wait, I'm sorry, but you have misconstrued my meaning. I am a bit blunt, I am at times, but I shall speak plain if you wish. I meant that your aura is hard to look at. It is exceptionally volatile. You're at odds with yourself in a most literal fashion. I have not seen another such as you, though I get the feeling that your type does not live exceptionally long. I would predict a violent end for you, but I can see nothing of your future. It would seem that your coin is on edge. Enough chatter. I have wasted too much of your time, and mine. Leave me.
Interesting comment there. He said our coin is on edge. Remember we read something that talked about how, I think the goddess of fate flips a coin, and there are people who land on heads and have good luck, people who land on tails who have bad luck. And then there are people who land completely on the edge, which means that they can shape their fate. They can shape their fate, you know, however they strive to do so. They're the wild card, so to speak. Is there anything else out here in this random wilderness? Oh, here's the road. Oh! Hobgoblin! Ooh, there's quite a few of them too. Okay.
What is it this time?
You are going to cast your orb.
Give and spend, and the gods will send.
What do you need?
Oh! There's a guy back. There's a couple of them back there.
Tell me.
Go after him. Geez, we're landing a lot better hits now. I think it's the Bard song. Oh, now we can't hit this guy then. Because what? No, we're not getting pluses in general, I don't think. Because she should be getting a +1, but she's not. Oh well. Maybe it doesn't do what they said with the luck bonus.
Don't worry about me.
Bloodstone gems. Ooh. Short bow. Ooh, we have a lot of arrows.
What you want?
You could use these. A lot of short bows around here. I assume if these swords were special, then they would probably be glowing to be identified.
I've got this.
Is that the corpses of everybody? I think so. Alright. Ooh, there was a bunch of dead citizens on the side of the road earlier.
Tell me, you want it? You got it.
Ooh. Polkettle's family amulet. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna put that on my person. Here, you can carry some quest items. I'm not sure if it matters who has what. Let's see, this is why maybe we should have just followed the path. Probably would have been a better idea. Yeah, Katie's here too. They're just multitasking with side quests. Berry Point boss fight. Ooh, that doesn't sound like a side quest. That sounds like a main quest. Oh, there's some water. Peaceful day, the birds are singing, the rain is pouring.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Hello, Lord Foreshadow. Well, don't you just add to the local color. Quite the smashing bit of dress you wear there. I'll have to look into such sundries when I next attend one of Lord Ribald's full-dress costume affairs. I'd be the talk of Neverwinter, I would. What the hell are you doing here? Why are you so close to Am? Shouldn't you be in, like, Baldur's Gate, sir? Am I to understand you're from that faraway city? Because Neverwinter is pretty far from here. Like, a good, like, I don't know... maybe, like, 600 plus miles away? Bah, I have heard of such a city, but I have my doubts as to whether it even exists. No, I know where Neverwinter is. I'm unconcerned with such things. Do you have any information about the area south? Hey, I'm just gonna ask him. He wants to know about himself. He's a noble dude. Oh, I actually hail from Waterdeep, which is in between Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter. The great city of splendors has much more in the manner of social luxuries suited toward my particular tastes. I do, however, make a point of keeping in touch with Neverwinter, though I have only visited once previously. It was quite popular in those nights. In Neverwinter nights. This is before that, but it's kind of funny. If I recall correctly, I'm going to make a second trip in the coming year, and I'll wager it will be as popular again. Alright, Lord Foreshadow. Are you foreshadowing Neverwinter Nights? Is that what your purpose is? I don't know. Neverwinter Nights was like quite a few years after, I think, right? Let's see. When was Neverwinter Nights? Because this was December 1998. I think that might have been somewhere in the early 2000s, like 2001 maybe. 2002. By BioWare and Obsidian. And then I think just Obsidian did Neverwinter. Or Neverwinter Nights 2? I think it was the second one. I think Obsidian did all of the Icewind Dale games, which I have no interest in because they are just the combat dungeon crawly stuff versus everything else. I hear they don't have a great story.
With your hurried flight from Candlekeep barely behind you, the troubles facing the Sword Coast seem an unfamiliar blur to your fractured nerves. Gorion would not have you sit idle, however, and perhaps investigating local concerns will shed some light on your own predicament. How the iron shortage or the trouble in the Nashkel mines could possibly be linked to you, you have no idea.
I mostly wanted to go here now.
Give it to me straight.
Because my companions keep bothering me, telling me to go here. I don't want them to, like, get fed up with me and leave or something. I've arrived in Nashkel. If I'm going to look into the Iron Crisis, I should speak with someone in power who might have useful information for me. Perhaps the mayor would be of some help. Well, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
What do you need? I've got this.
I just want to talk to the mayor and then, like, leave. And go turn in some other quests.
Stand away, citizen.
Identify yourselves! We're the party of Frost and everybody else. Seeking a place to rest between adventures. I am Frost, and this is my band of fellow adventurers. I hear that this is a troubled region of late. Allow me to put ourselves at your disposal during our stay here. Let's do that. You're seeking to resolve troubles? Welcome! If you're seeking to cause them, kindly take it elsewhere. Things are not good here, Frost. What things aren't good? All I have heard are rumors and vague suspicions. Aye, what is good around here anymore? Our iron is rotten, and there is talk of demons in the mines. The lower levels have been all but abandoned until this crisis passes. And then there is the question of Commander Brage. Ah, they have stripped him of that title, but I use it yet. He killed his wife and children in a rage one night, and all who saw him. Then he tore himself away and headed for the hills. He is out there still, and still we mourn, as much for him as for those he's taken. Fie on you now! You have brought tears to the eyes of a soldier. Is that the old man we found in the wood? Like in the hills? Apparently, the iron coming out of the Nashkel mines is rotten, and there are demons in the lower levels. Furthermore, a member of the guard named Brage went on a murderous rampage and is still loose. Nashkel is a troubled city indeed. What's going on down here?
See? Such feats are easy when you learn to focus their energies through the light of Selune.
What are you doing?
Thank you for asking. My name is Rasad. I am merely demonstrating some of the ways in which we Sun Soul monks reflect our spiritual light through physical activity. May I tell you more about the Order of the Sun Soul?
Look, if you're asking for money, here's a gold. Don't spend it all in one place. Oh my god, that's so mean. I like it. But we're good. Like, if we're evil and we don't want a good person with us, then, like, yeah. Yeah, please do.
The Order of the Sun Soul was founded during the time of...
Hey, what are you supposed to be then? Some sort of kick puncher? Come on, take a poke at me. I dares you.
Oh, boy.
I have come not to fight, but to demonstrate a few...
Oh, so that's how it is, eh? You prance about, pretending to be some sort of hard man, but you're just a coward, right?
Dude's asking for it.
I am not afraid to defend myself, but I do not seek out conflict without purpose. Instead, I wish to share the light of the Moon Maiden.
Because Luna is... what is she? She's like... I'm trying to remember exactly, like, what her thing is. Because she has, like, secrets and things that she hides. Like, the entire civilization that lives on the moon that nobody knows about. She has, like, illusions. I know that. I don't remember what exactly her thing, like, her role is, though. Because I know she has to do with the moon. And that the moon is, like, her domain. It doesn't say. It's just, like, she's the Moon Maiden. But she is supposed to be a good... Yeah, she's chaotic good. And she's the domain of knowledge, life, and twilight. There you go. So anything that has to do with the moon, she's pretty much kind of in charge of. Like, when it comes to, like, werewolves or owls or anything like that. And I know she has this eternal conflict with Shar, who is like a goddess of secrets. And I think she's like chaotic evil or something like that. Her sister. I don't know if we're gonna get into Shar much here though.
Oh, I get it. You're some kind of simpering priest, just pretending you knows how to fight, but really just begging for coins, yeah?
A Sun Soul monk uses mind, body, and spirit in equal portions, but not to prove his martial superiority. Rather, he seeks to better the lives of those around him.
Yeah, save it for temple school, boy. If you're not gonna fight nobody, I won't waste any more time on you.
Good for you, Rasad. I admire a man who stands up for his principles, even in the face of ignorance. I guess enlightenment doesn't bring as many coins as a good old fistfight, eh, Rasad? Are you gonna take that from him, Baldy, or are you all talk? Oh my, I'm not gonna stoop down to this guy's level. Especially as a good person. He's just an ignorant guy. Good on you for being the better person.
I thank you. It is not always easy. In truth, I enjoy a good fight if it is to improve my skills or to defend a just cause. Fighting that man would have enlightened no one.
Ooh, subtle burn.
You seem like someone who would appreciate the tenets of my order. May I tell you more about Selune and the Sun Soul monks?
Where are you worshipping Seluna?
Of the inheritors of Amonitor's power, Selune is the most ardent foe of spiritual darkness. After all, she is the bright opposite of Shar, the mistress of the night. The Moon Maiden's reflected radiance inspires us to shine our inner light upon those in need. In the face of lies, we offer truth. In the face of hatred, we offer compassion.
Yeah. Because Shar is all about lies and deceit, whereas Seluna is the opposite, more about, you know, truth and then compassion. You don't go door to door with this stuff, I hope. As long as your beliefs don't interfere with my quest, you can believe what you like. That sounds good.
What more would you like to know?
Tell me more about the Order of the Sun Soul. I don't know about that.
The Order of the Sun Soul was founded in the days of ancient Netheril. Then it was called the Brotherhood of the Sun, and its members dedicated themselves to the sun god, Amonitor.
Back in Netheril? Oh my, that's a while ago. Netheril was basically like a big magical kingdom, and they eventually fell because it was a magical kingdom. They had it floating in the sky. Then I think Karsus was his name. It was a super arrogant wizard, as usual, and he decided to either kill or try to replace the goddess of magic, Mystra, and in doing so, he cast like a really crazy high-level spell that he made. Ended up killing Mystra, and guess what? When Mistra's dead, all the magic goes away. All the magic weave's gone. And so the entire civilization just like fell to the ground. And they died. So, and then after that, Mystra was reborn and then banned high-level spells because they're nothing but trouble. This is why we can't have nice things, like the ability to completely bend reality out of shape.
With the fall of Netheril, Amonitor vanished. Some believe his power now resides in other gods. Different factions of my order turn to them, most to Lathander, some to Selune, and a very few to Sunu.
I don't know who Sun is. Lathander, I think, is a popular one. I don't remember what they do, though. Lathander. I think that's a paladin one, I think. What do you do, Lathander? What do you do? You're neutral good. They symbolize dawn. The deity of creativity, dawn, renewal, birth, athletics, spring, self-perfection, vitality, and youth. So basically, like, new things. He favors those who dispel undead and bless those who plant new life. They're also a god called upon to bless birth and fertility-related ceremonies. Yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, it says some saw him as the neutral good aspect of Amonitor. but they're considered separate deities again after the second sundering. Which this is before, I think, the first sundering, because the sundering is like 4th edition, where they scrambled everything up, and then they did the second sundering, which undoes a lot. But yeah, I think Lathander's like a popular, like, paladin one, because he's like life and light and all that.
My sect of the Order reveres Sulune, the Moon Maiden. What more would you like to know?
You want to join the club?
I have had trouble making ends meet since coming to Nashkel. If doing so gives me the chance to help others find their inner light, I will be glad to join you.
Welcome, my fellow Kalashite. Perhaps together we shall prevail in this benighted land. Oh wait, are you from Kalamshan? That's interesting. That's the country that's... Okay. There's Am, and then there's a country below that, which is starts with a T. Which one is that? There's Am, there's Tathir, and then below that is Kalamshan, which is all the way at like the bottom edge of this part of the landmass that we're on. There's more of the landmass, but it kind of like goes down and like swoops around. And there's a whole, you know, sea in between. Okay, that's cool. Now, I can't have everybody with me. I feel bad because, like, I'm going to kick him out, replacing it with another one. But he has my stuff. If I kick him out, he's going to have my stuff. Actually, no. Oh, no, he has quest items on him. Oh, no. How do I... I guess I'd have to travel back to the Friendly Arm to get him. Because I want to remove him, because he's kind of, like, he's fine, but I already have a shield person. Having a monk or something would be useful. That, or maybe remove the druid, but... I guess so.
As the full moon wanes and disappears, so too does our association come to an end. I pray that it will one day wax again, and we should travel the realms side by side.
Okay, so you're here. I can still recruit you while you're here. He just went inside the inn. Okay. At first I might have mistaken him for a performer at the nearby circus, but he explained to me he's devoted to the goddess Seluna, the Moon Maiden. He and his brother Gamaz grew up on the streets of Kalamport until the monks took him in. An air of calm sadness surrounds Prasad, but his martial arts skills may come in handy during my journeys. I invited him to join me, and then I kicked him out. Alright, because I can't remove him right now because this guy has some key items for me. I'm just going to give them to her, and then I'm going to kick him out, I guess. I feel kind of bad, though, because I feel like I can't do that right now. Ugh. I actually can't do that because I think both of their quest lines are here. So I'm just gonna have to invite that other guy later. I would remove her, but you do need a thief in this game, and the bard ain't gonna fly for that. And I've already given him...
makes the world go round.
I've already given him so many spells, I don't want to get rid of him. I gave him a lot of, like, bonus, like, duplicate spells. But then I also gave him the minor drain.
You got it.
It's one of those things where you just have to, like, plan out people from the start, pretty much. Or otherwise you're like, no, I didn't, Oh no, he's just right here. He's just standing here. Is that a tiefling? It's a maybe. Hello.
Oh, you haven't seen a man about this tall and this wide, have you? That lout.
Sorry, I can't help you. Ooh, she's voiced though. She
What do you
sounds
need?
special.
You want it? You got it.
Yeah, the struggles from RPGs. It's like I want to use everybody, but you can't. Okay. We need to go talk to the mayor if they'll let us. Wherever the mayor shall be.
For the glory of Am!
What?
Hello there. I recognize Jaheira in your group, so you must be the adventurers I was expecting. I am Baron Gaskill, Mayor of Nashkel, and I am happy to welcome you. Oh, here's the mayor. Look at that. You're just down the street. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances. See, now I'm wondering if that other lady, she was looking for one of the evil guys that we kind of left on the side of the road. Well, what's the trouble here? I can't believe you haven't guessed. Have you heard of the iron shortage? Well, Nashkel is in the thick of it. Our mines are all but shut down because the workers continually go missing, and what ore we do get is tainted somehow. I would send in the town guards, but we need them to protect our citizens from bandits that raid our caravans. We need you to find out what is wrong in the mines southeast of town. Okay. Thank you. You will be the toast of the town if you can help. Well, there you go. Easy peasy. Oh no! Did my old quest go away from chapter 1? Oh no, I may need to reload a save. Where are these arrows at? Oh, that's an arrow? I thought that was just something fancy. Okay. Over here. Okay. Oh. Scary. I like toast. Hey, I like toast too. Buttered up toast is nice. The toast isn't the best for you. Toast is good. Oh, that's probably the mayor's house. Okay. Well, now I have a question, though. Oh no, Jaheira and Khalid, they're done. She's like, yeah, they'll come with me. Oh no. Oh no, what happened? Oh. A button input got pressed continually. Alright, so that means I can just kick him out. And we'll be fine. It's like, what happened to my partner? Yeah, he didn't make the cut. Sorry. You have anything else useful? Here. I'll just strip you of everything you own. And this is all just standard stuff. Alright. Time to reform my party. Bye!
Can I help you?
Very well. Though I doubt Gregorian would approve of me leaving you, I cannot force my company upon you. These choices are yours to make. Come, Jaheir. Oh no, they both left! No! They leave together, they're a pair! Oh no.
Don't worry
Aw,
about
dang
me.
it. What do I do? I have to kick out somebody else. Kick out the bard because he's about to become useful in a level.
Yes, sir.
No. He's gonna be useful because he'll actually be able to cast spells
What
soon.
do you need?
But I want the monk guy.
You want
He
it?
seems cool.
You got it.
And I can't kick out the thief because she's the only one who can detect traps. Shoot. Well, that sucks. I guess I'm just not gonna recruit him for now then.
Tell me.
Yeah. That would've been nice.
Don't worry about me.
Guess I'll have to do it in a bit when I
It
find
may
another
be a touch
companion.
unladylike, but I'm gonna slit your throat, I am.
Okay, Nira. Every single time I pop into an inn, someone's like, ooh, you ain't gonna last a second. They come up and try to shank me. Just fancy my luck seeing you stroll in here, bold as day. I expected a hunt and a chase from the description. But who am I to argue easy coins in the purse? May the Lord of Shadows guide you swiftly to your death. Oh, okay. I would first know my attacker. Why are you doing this? I will defend myself if I must. If you wish to die, then attack as you will. I like that one. Yeah, you want to attack me? Alright, you're gonna die. By all means, defend as you wish. If you were to simply lay down and die, there should be no intrigue in my profession at all. Ooh, she's casting a spell.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you don't have any spells. That's not good.
I am at your service.
What is it this time?
Life is glorious.
You're a queer fellow.
Nature's servant awaits.
What you want?
Test
This
something.
way.
I'll make her.
Give it to me straight.
Can I help you?
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Alright. Let's
Yep.
see how this works.
I'm gone.
What'd she cast? Rigid thinking. I don't know what that means. But I think I saved versus it, so we're good. Uh-oh. She cast Hold Person on Khalid and on, I think, me. Oh, on Jahira. Oh, she's casting on her now. Okay. Interesting how she's like covered in all this armor, but she's actually a spellcaster. Are you two attacking? Actually,
Yes, sir.
I think you two can just attack now. Never mind, she's dead.
What do you need?
Oh no, Hold Person. That one's bad, I know that. Yeah, Hold Person means they're stuck until they roll a good save, I think. Or no, I think in this person they just stand, in this case they just stand here for so many rounds. They can't cast a save against it.
You rang?
One of those. Club. You need a club. But you're stuck right now.
Tell me.
Uh-huh, it's probably the same thing. Has my bounty gone up? Oh, now it's 680! Ooh. Dang, I'm getting more popular. I was like 200 and then 350. Now I'm 680. I'm doubling now. Look at me.
I've got this.
Hello, pal.
Also, if you're wondering why nobody bats an eye, my general understanding of how inns and taverns work is it's like, hey, people get killed all the time. They just drag them out into an alley and get rid of them. It's like, people are fighting. I mean, that's on you. It's a dangerous world, whatever. It depends on the place you go to, but I think in general it's just like, what, am I gonna get myself killed trying to stop this fight? No, sir. A dozen men have been lost to the mines. Surely it is a cursed place. I don't believe any of the foreman's excuses, and I don't care about any extra pay. I ain't going near it. You're fools if you go there. You figure drunk people just fight sometimes? Well, I'm talking like people like literally getting murdered. Like, not people just fighting. It's just like people will easily get stabbed and murdered, and then all they do, like even on Baldur's Gate, it's like, hey, you could be at the Elf Song Tavern. Everybody knows that you should just be watching, like, you know, for any suspicious people. If you get shanked and you die, they're just gonna drag your body out to an alley for the poor people to pick you clean, and then the rats to eat you. That's just how it is. You're not gonna have a guardsman come and, like, you know, stop anything. Though you will probably get kicked out if you start a brawl, but that's a separate thing. Who knew? The mines are dangerous still.
What do you need?
The circle of life, exactly.
You want it? You got it.
I need to choose what spells to
Worry about me.
Rats. No, sorry.
You should do yourself a favor and stay indoors tonight. I've heard all sorts of weird things happening at night. Okay. Into the peasant suite. We'll see how much this heals. Is this just what they said, like 9? I don't know what bonuses we get from the higher level ones. Seems like it healed us up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a morale bonus or something. Geez, we slept for 16 hours? Or no, sorry, we rested. Which means we probably... That's still a long time, though. It's still a long time. Because you typically sleep, I think, for 8 or something. You sleep for 8, and then you have, like, maybe another 2 hours of just idle, chill activity.
You're a queer fellow.
Or elves, which I'm actually not sure. Do we have any elves in the party? I never checked. I never checked anyone's races. I need to read their biographies too. Where does it say? Yeah, half-elf. Okay, he's a half-elf. That means he's sleep normal. Half-elf, human, half-elf. A lot of half-elves. What about Khalid? When asked about his past, Khalid nervously reveals that he was born and raised in the nation of Kalimshan, which means he was probably a street urchin. He does not say much of his parents, but you get the feeling that his merchant father thought little of him, devoting much more attention to Khalid's half-brothers. Oh boy. Khalid thus threw himself into the martial pursuits, studying under members of the city militia. He doesn't go into detail on how he met Jaheira, but his adoration of her is obvious. When asked about how he knew Gorion, he will only say that they had been long friends, and that many shared acquaintances will mourn his loss of Harpsong. I see. So, I assume he had human half-brothers or elf brothers. Later games added a wait feature in case you roll into town, a shop's closed, but in this engine you can only rest for a minimum 8 hours. Okay, I see. I don't know if there are like times or anything on this particular part of it, in this particular engine. It's weird saying engine because I think now they're technically on the same engine, like in this rule set, I guess. I don't know. When asked about her past, Jaheira glares as she speaks. She says that she was born in the Tadir region, which is in between Kalimshan and Am, to a loyalist of the King Alamander regime. Unfortunately, during the Tadirian Civil War, her family was among the nobles targeted by the angry mob of peasants, and she was only spared because a servant girl took her from her castle before it fell. They fled into the forest of Tadir, and stumbled across an enclave of druids willing to take the child. Jaheira grew up a very headstrong girl, believing that the only way to protect nature was to have an active role in the world. She seems to have little in common with Khalid, but even though her manner is often confrontational, she apparently cares deeply for him. Her admiration of Gorion is obvious, and she plainly states that whomever was responsible for his death will suffer an equal fate. It's very interesting that you have to have them together because they're like a thing. they pretty clearly care for each other, whether it's romantic or whether they're just really good friends. So you can't just like kick out Jaheira because then there goes Khalid. They're a pair. When asked about her past, Amoan slaps your shoulder playfully. She says that you of all people should know, seeing as how you grew up together. Indeed, some of your fondest memories are of meeting this sprightly young lass. She apparently came to Candlekeep much as you did, though 10 years later in life, and she spent much more time with gruff Winthrop than Gorion. Puff Guts, she would call him, much to the old innkeep's dismay. She seems the eternal child, and is quite content to play the part of little sister, though you are both of comparable ages. You can tell by her hearty smile that she will always be willing to travel with you, no matter what path you take. Now, what about you, Garrick? When asked about his past, Garrick explains that he was part of a celebrated acting troupe called the Dale Wind Troubadours. I always want to say trouble. Troubadours. They traveled the length of the coast from Neverwinter to Am, and often played to dukes and other nobility. Indeed, few others could afford the cost of a performance when the group was at its peak. Random double space later. Garrick does not speak fondly of this time, however, as the direction the group was taking left him dissatisfied with their conduct. He apparently discovered the performances were being used as distractions for thievery, and declared he would have nothing to do with it. Rebuffed by his comrades, now he wishes simply to travel and play his music for those that will listen. He seems a bit young and naive, and a touch too ready to take the word of a stranger. Oh, look at him. He's a good guy. It's interesting he's chaotic neutral, but that just means he isn't like altruistic. He just thought it was a bit wrong. But I think that's a pretty typical bard. A bard stance. Forgetting words. Trouble doors. Oh no. Time of day is tracked. Certain shops will close at night, but it's not relevant to most of the content. Gotcha. And Nira, we know. Yeah, we already looked at hers. Alright, so you're ready to level up. Can't level you up in this, but we can level up other things. We can... I don't know if I'm ever going to want to pick pockets because I'm supposed to be a good person. So in most cases, I probably won't. How much can I invest? I have 25 points? What does that mean, though? Oh, these two are separate. Okay, well, we definitely need Hide in Shadows up because she fails that 90% of the time. When they use this ability, she's able to move without making a sound. Because from my understanding, these are both like rolled together every single time she moves around. That way, like if she fails one roll, then it like they're like rolled together and they're added together or something to determine if she's still in stealth. I don't know if traps are really something I'm into. She can detect illusions. That seems very good. The skill is the percentage chance per round of dispelling a non-friendly illusion spell within 30 feet. That sounds something useful. So right now this is 10% chance. I almost wish I could subtract old points, because I really don't need her to pick pockets. I assume she's probably fine with opening locks for now. And you can like add to this skill every 2 levels probably. You can also disarm traps with that. I think illusions would probably be a good thing, though there might not be many illusions right now. I wonder how much damage traps actually do. I assume they're better later on. Like if you're doing a lot of kiting, that's one thing, but I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of kiting. And we may actually swap her out with another thief later. I don't really know yet. I'll just make it to where she can actually hide to do her attacks for now. Because right now she fails at that 90% of the time. If she's not in like a shadow, she completely fails. It says you can disappear into shadows or any other type of concealment. But then what happens after that is you hide in shadows and then you move silently. Because I don't think you can backstab unless you're coming out of these. Well, we'll do this. You can oh, she can dual class already. I don't think she needs to though.
Give it to me straight.
I need you to identify some stuff. Helmet. This is a class of open-faced helmet made of reinforced leather or metal, covers most of the head save for the face and neck. These helmets commonly provide protection for the nose. This one doesn't. I mean, I guess it does a little bit, but this is the Helm of Infravision, the Eyes of Truth. Being a scavenger of a sort, Babette Maelstrom had this helm created to aid her in dungeon excursions. She would later attribute her gathered wealth solely to its power, though likely it was as much her keen eyes as anything. Hey, gives us infravision up to 120 feet. That sounds useful. Interesting. These are all classes that can't use helmets, but it's kind of funny if you can't give it to them. Give that to me, probably. I don't have infravision. I'm just a human. Oh my god, I got a fancy helmet now. Jeez, that thing's fancy. Now, what are these? Boots. These are boots of stealth, worn whispers. In ages past, a king named, is it Regard, was renowned for the spies he kept. So skillful were they that no nook or cranny escaped their eyes, and maps were held for entire castles and towns. Eventually betrayed from within,
The tools of their trade were taken and dispersed, ensuring that none could amass such a band again. Well, dang it! Ah! Oh no, man, I should have invested in other things. Well, shoot. I can always reload. That's a big bonus already. Well, it's probably fine. I don't think we're going to encounter that many illusions this early on. Now she's just really good at sneaking, isn't she? Should have read it first. Is what now it's 55 and 40, which, you know, it's probably fine. Her backstab multiplier is at 2.
What do you need?
Alrighty. Well,
What
now
is
we
it
gotta
this
rest
time?
again, because now she doesn't have any spells. So... what are we gonna teach ya? I'm thinking... what was it? Sleep and Grease? Probably. Sleep and Grease seems good. I don't think Burning Hand... Does Burning Hands combine with Grease in this game? Can you make a burning... a burning pit? I like how you must hold your hands to send forth a fan-like sheet of flames. Like, you gotta hold them out. Her thumbs must touch each other and the fingers must be spread for this spell. It's interesting, like, you have to do like this in order to do a cone. That's cool. 1d3 points of damage, plus 2 points for each level of the caster, to a maximum of 1d3 plus 20. That's pretty effective when it comes to a group. She can just come to the side, kind of like off to the side a little bit, and then just... Sleep seems very useful, though. But this is only monsters with 5 hit dice. Or, sorry, monsters with 4 hit dice or less. So this is going to become useless at some point. So I feel like... yeah, eventually 1d3 plus 20 at the max level. So that's 10 levels later. Not right now. It's plus 2 points for each level of the caster. You never like putting your mages into melee at level 1, so touch and close range don't get much use. See, that's what I'm thinking, because she only has 4 health. Because that's why I'm like, sleep. Sleep in the sling. That's fine. With armor shield pre-buff, mage AC is on par with level 1 fighter. Yeah, sure, if she's casting mage armor. The only problem is that instantly just deletes one of her spell slots. However, if you're fighting archers, then having armor would be very nice. At the moment, she's like crowd control, essentially. Which is like very low level wizard stuff. Because magic missile is cool, but it does nothing right now. It's 1d4 plus 1. So she could potentially do 5 damage. At the least, she does 2. I've got a bunch of melee people to handle with the damage. She's crowd control right now. The Dwemer is cool, but the only thing is, for one, I think if I'm not controlling her or something when it's being cast, I don't get to choose what spell it is. And second, it's pretty random on the search table. Like half the time I'm not even paying attention to see like what happens from it. Because I'm paying attention to other things. And this seems better if she has at least 3 spells or so. That way it feels more like a last ditch effort. We managed to get 1 use of 5d4 burning hands at level 2 or 3. Oh, jeez. That sounds a little overpowered. At level 2? Keep in mind the weakest ones can melee crit for 20 HP, so you wouldn't want to get stabbed or hit with a club in the head in real life. Probably don't want to... yeah. I mean, I know that. That's why I'm saying she's just all the way in the back. She's gotten hit by an arrow and almost died. So I've had to like give her a healing potion, then she almost died again. And so I just told her to run away because she already ran out of spells. They mostly decided dying is mean. Yeah, for a level 1 wizard, it's pretty mean. Like, especially if you don't know what you're doing.
which, you know, most people who don't know what they're doing should not probably be playing specifically a wizard maybe the first time around, but wizards are cool. And if you just instantly die because, you know, someone snuck up on you and bonked you on the head and it's like, oh, or you ran into a cat and the cat clawed your face and now you're dead, you know, the joke being. That's why in BG3, because you have a lot more spell slots at the start, I always just cast armor. And then you can short rest, I think, right? No, not short rest. There's something to do with, I think you got like 3 spell slots and I almost always cast armor. Almost always had mage armor up. Bonk! You can only cast fire spells. Oh, okay. So there's a limitation, I suppose. You have the tutorial classes, fighter and thief, then you had classes gated behind stats, and then you have the wizard. On-the-job training, you either learned fast or you died. Yeah, AD&D. I don't mind the idea of like a wizard dying and all. I don't know if, in a game sense, in later stuff, they, you know, like say BT3, which is in 5th edition, they just have it to where you're like rolling death saving throws and stuff, and your party members can get you up. And I assume it's probably the same thing in tabletop, like unless you take like crazy damage and you have to roll a saving throw for it, you're probably just on the ground bleeding out and you just keep rolling to like not get so many counters before you're dead. And that I think helps from just like, oh no, HP 0, you're dead, you know. It's just like, hey, you failed and now you gotta learn, you know, your character's not dead, you're fine. If your party members get you up or cast a healing spell or give you a potion or something. Casters are delayed gratification in a world where 99% of people never make it to level 2. Yeah, that is a thing, I suppose. Yeah, you get death saving throws, which helps a lot, I think. Because it makes sense, because it's like, oh, they bonked you on the head, you're like bleeding out. It's like, well, you have friends who can help you, you know? You're most likely not going to instant die unless you got shot in the heart, you know? Timcast told the story of arguing for magic missile to auto-hit. Gygax wanted a hit roll and said, come on, man, that's the one thing they get. Let them have the one thing. Let them have the one thing. Maybe they can kill a goblin. Give them their moment to shine before they die.
Tell me. Give it to me, so don't worry about me.
What's in here? Oh, darn it. Most of these are locked, but I'm a lawful paladin, so I can't open most of these things. Hello, commoner man. Got anything interesting?
I have things to do. Why not being sitting on me duffer talking to you?
We be proud citizens of Am here, not pussyfoots like you northerners.
Dude, you're not even in Am right now. Am, I thought this town was called Nashkel.
You've lived a sheltered life if you've never heard of the great trading nation of Am.
I actually hadn't before this game, so that says something.
Nashkel here marks its northernmost boundary, though that may change before long. Mark my words, there'll be Amnian soldiers lining the streets of Baragost by winter, if those devils from Baldur's Gate don't stop sabotaging our iron.
Oh, you poor fool. I thought this was still part of the Sword Coast region. Is this part of Am? I feel like it isn't. It's just like right on the border of it, like leading into it. Like Am is more to the south past the mines. You're okay with cantrips. It's more thematic than the crossbow. This was always a popular house rule in AD&D days. Okay. Because I was wondering, that's something I thought of earlier. I was like, wait a minute. We don't have cantrips in this game. Because once you run out of spells, then wizards can't do none. They're just throwing rocks at that point. They got their 2 spells and they're like, alright, well now I'm just a normal person again. It is the northernmost outpost of Am. Okay. They control the mine in the town. Oh, okay, gotcha. Or darts. Yeah, darts. How are you doing? Is it Adam? 5e introduce offensive cantrips? Maybe. I'm just so used to them. Yeah, I just didn't know. I thought this was still part of like the Western Heartlands, Sword Coast kind of region. I'm in no mood for the fair. How can they celebrate after that awful Brage did what he did? The captain who murdered everybody. I knew that whole family. To think he was captain of the guard. It's as though his whole personality has changed. Mysterious. 3 had cantrips as core rules. See, that's what I was thinking. I thought they were in a previous one. I think cantrips make sense, because they're not, like, you know, they're not like you're casting a fireball. You're casting a much weaker fireball as a standard attack, you know? Because how much damage do? They do, like, anywhere from, like, 1d4 to 1d8, I think. 1d6. They're basically as much damage as, like, I don't know, a sword. Or something like that, you know? I feel like they make sense, and they do, like, a little bit of a bonus. So it's like they're basically, you know, because most other things they're horrible at. So it's like, I don't know. I think it makes sense for them to have like a little cheap spell to cast at all times. You're a big fan of 4E introducing another tier of resources. Glad 5E kept that idea of short resting. Okay, so 4E added in short rest. Gotcha. I'm just familiar with like some stuff in like a house campaign of 3.5 and then 5E because of Baldur's Gate 3 and Solasta. And of course, now I'm getting introduced to 2nd edition, which is like, holy, I miss the good old days of 5. Part of the class balance is how they lean into resource tiers. Yeah, because certain classes actually regain based on short rest, like say warlocks, whereas other classes regain on long rests. So it's like resource management. So your warlock doesn't just Eldritch Blast, or no, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip, right? So they would cast, I don't know, something else. Actually, I don't remember. Is it a cantrip? I think it is, because that's like their bread and butter. So they would cast, what is their version of Hunter's Mark? I forget. The guard is pathetic. Why, if I had my way, that Brage would have been quartered by now. He's just a man like any other. A blade delivered in the proper fashion will drop him as simply as his victims. Wow, dude. Not even his own guards had I been able to find Captain Brage. I think it's that old man, the crazy old man outside of town. Could be wrong, though. I do like seeing these, like, NPCs move. They're not- everyone isn't just standing still. And also, it's snowing? Question mark? Or is that ash? I don't think that's snow. They're further in the south where it gets hotter.
You want it? You got it.
I would imagine to be like ash from big smelters going, probably. Well, as much as I want to do all that, we gotta go turn in some quests. All the way back up here. We're just gonna travel for literally an entire day.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Oh no. Oh no! Wait, did I ever arrest? Oh, I didn't. I don't think I arrested. Gave her stuff back. I was too busy talking. Oh no! There's a lot of enemies. Bunch of bandits. Oh no! Luckily, I'm pretty sure we saved at some point. We're gonna save again though. We can't save it this time. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna block over here.
I've got this.
You have need of me?
Need to block over here.
I can, but try.
Yeah, oh god. Remember when they mentioned there were bandits attacking their caravans? Yeah. You're gonna cast Shillelagh. You don't have anything because I forgot to do stuff, so you're gonna use Magic Missile on this guy. Why not? He's like right beside us.
What you want?
You're gonna engage with him.
Life is glorious.
You are going to attack. Holy, they got a lot of bows.
Tell me.
Oh god, they all have bows. Oh no.
I feel so cold. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is terrifying. This is why all the
What is it this time?
all the people are
Give
like,
it to me
afraid to leave
straight.
town.
Oh!
Hello?
What do you need?
Where are you going? Where am I going?
Tell me.
Hello?
I could really use Tensor's flow.
You rang?
Ew.
I am at your service.
Stop playing your dang harp. Oh boy.
Yes?
Give it to me straight.
We actually need to attack this guy too. Ooh. Oh dear.
Life is glorious.
Oh!
Only take me to
Poor
a licensed
sod.
cleric.
Taking the dirt nap so soon.
Ugh.
I care not.
Okay.
Give and spend, and the gods.
Can I help you? Oh, my heart's really not in this.
What do you mean your heart's not in it? They're murdering our friends, sir.
You're a
What do
queer
you need?
fellow. What you want?
Make short the mind.
Dude, stop playing your dang harp. You're not helping. Just use your crossbow. See, look at that. You did good.
Tell me.
Oof. Okay, well, she may have died, but
Yep.
that's okay, okay? This is all fine. Oh, they have longbows. I'm actually gonna take one of those for later. A bandit scalp. I guess we're scalping them. Alright, sure. That seems fine. Just take their scalps. That's Traveler's Road. Bullets? Oh wait, that's all her stuff, because she died, right? Nearest staff +1. Wait. I thought I had a different +1 staff.
Straight.
Holy, that was something. Them scalps. Archer ambushes terrify you. When everyone else is attacking once per round level 1, the archer gets +1 attack each round, so they fire twice as fast as everyone else. Ooh. And we're all still, for the most part, level 1, so yeah. Can't expect the bandit bounty hunter to take our word that we killed 10 bandits, now can we? So we just carry all their scalps. Oh my god.
I care not.
Oh wait, there's more.
You have need of me?
Oh my god, there's more. I forgot this is like only a radius
I'll
thing.
do my best.
What do you need? You want it? You've got it.
Any more scalps on the ground? We're sharing our load of the scalps here. Alright, we're good. Ugh! Yeah, we need to like rest now. How far did we make it? We made it like almost to Baragost. Okay, we can make it there. Let's go to Baragost. Okay, whew. We need to
Don't
rest
worry about me.
before we continue. We can't revive her yet because there isn't another revive spot until we get all the way to the friendly arm. Range is king in this engine because of the move speed early on. Even bears walk like they've been tranquilized. Someone made a mod to make them run and it's scary.
Don't
oh
worry
no.
about me.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
I suppose she can just cure light wounds. We don't have to rest, but we might as well rest. I need to give her a different offensive spell because she's kind of in this weird spot where she doesn't have too much else to do. Like, I could have used Entangle. Though that would have mattered, I don't think, because they could have just still stood there and did whatever they wanted. It seems like you only have a lot of first level spells. Katie, that's because I'm level 1. That's because I'm level 1. I mean, 2 people I think are level 2 now, right?
Do you want to tell me a story about trollops and plugtails, please?
I think Moen's level 2, and then somebody else is level 2. Dead. Never mind, she's the... I thought somebody else leveled up. No, she leveled up, yeah. The real me? That sounds a bit dangerous. I think if I had magic spells, I think I would prefer probably ice. Ice seems cool because I'm Frost, you know? And look, I got snowflakes all over my shirts.
You must gather your party before venturing.
You want it?
Forth.
Buddy, we're traveling as a group. Calm down. Where is he? Sorry, she. I think she's upstairs? Or is she over here? I think she's in one of these rooms. Let's see. Landrin. Are you here? No, that's Unshay. Landrin. Where beeth you? I think they're probably downstairs. Oh no, there you are.
Don't worry about me.
A stout hammer will fix most any bandit.
I'm so glad I can move home again. Bentley is a kindly man, but it is always best not to push favors too far. Here's 120 gold pieces for your trouble. I'll just take those old boots from you. If you have any of my other possessions, come talk to me again. We have your wine, do we not?
Yes?
Yeah, I got your... Oh, maybe it wasn't in my inventory or something. Oh, we also don't have any of your equipment. I'll have to give that to you in a minute. I guess you don't want to take the spider from me. That's understandable.
What do you need? I've got
Cannot
this.
get better than the stability stone walls provide.
I see the largest of those pesky spiders in my house. With this one dead, I'm sure the others will have run away. You're too kind to an old gnome like myself. Thank you so much. If you have any of my other possessions, come talk to me again.
A stout hammer will fix most any bandit.
Here we go. I've completed all of Landrin's tasks. Yay! I wish I could see all the bits, but it just... When you complete a quest, it just gets rid of everything else to clean up the journal, I guess. Unless they're in chapter 1. No. The missing boots. Hobgoblins in the Badlands south of the city. Did I ever find those missing boots? Oh, were those the boots of, like, silent walking? I don't know about that.
Don't worry about me.
Those are useful.
Give it to me straight. Don't worry about me.
Roasting the tavern's typically cheaper. There are very few things that are time sensitive. Yeah, as far as I could tell, it's just,
you got it.
You know. Eventually there's a point of no return, but otherwise you're good. I'll just rest then.
You do not dream often, but tonight the visions are vivid indeed. Long have you walked, but now you find yourself back amidst the stones of Candlekeep. Your former home looms before you, but the gate is closed and barred. Over the walls there is a candle in your old room, but as the light goes out, the brick surrounding the window closes together. The very walls conspire to keep you at bay. A familiar voice startles you. Though it is calm and caring, you cannot go back this way, child. You must go on. Gorion forms before you, and though his image should be comforting, it seems but a shade of his living self. He is dead in your dreams, as in life. The phantom of your foster father gestures toward the blackness of the wood, as though it should be inviting. Perhaps it is, in a way, but the traveling will be hard. As you think this, a smooth and obvious path becomes clear out of the corner of your eye. It seems meant for you, pulls at your very being, and promises to quickly lead you away from the life you once led. Perhaps this would be for the best, but it is a bit too convenient for your liking. You do not wish to dwell upon the loss you have endured, but neither should it be forgotten. Gorion smiles and fades away. The pull becomes a push, but you turn away, steadfast in your new direction. The way is not quite as clear, but it is sure to be interesting nonetheless. A whisper follows as you stride away, something vestigial and sinister that you recognize, but yet have never heard. You will learn. You don't look back.
I really don't like how they... it scrolls so fast that sometimes the narrator can't keep up. Interesting. So we got an additional vision, I think, for coming back toward Candlekeep. Where it's like, hey, no, you shouldn't go this way. Your destiny lies elsewhere. And then someone else is like, oh, you'll learn coming back. Interesting. I guess we're going back to Nashkel then.
Don't worry about me.
A yawn is a silent shout.
Fine, we'll go sleep in the inn. You guys haven't done anything. To be fair, they did literally travel all day and night.
Don't worry about me.
24 hours later.
Never had rats. No, sorry.
Hey. Fine. Really, what do you want, mead? If the mine production slows anymore, we'll all be in the poorhouse. Gosh darn it, you're useless.
Never had rats. No,
Rumors. Most wild maps cannot be seen on the map until discovered. Oh, okay. I've been trying to travel, for the most part, edge to edge.
What do you need? You want it?
I haven't been finding too much.
Don't worry about me.
What's in here? Nashkel store. That seems good.
You want it?
Hello, storekeep. Imagine being a storekeep in, like, you know, was it 6 people? 6 people just walk into your store up to you in a group. It'd be scary.
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Interested in a little business on the side, friend? I've a man who swears by his grandmother he glimpsed a white wolf up in the Cloud Peak ice fields. It was but a short ways south, and she be easy pickings for a smart sword. I'd pay you good money for its pelt, so it's guaranteed sale if you go. Keep in mind on your travels. Can I interest you in anything here in my humble shop?
Interesting he says with a sword. When, like, a sword would cut up that pelt and make it less valuable versus, like, a well-placed arrow, but sure. You know, I ain't arguing. Here, have my random crap. Got a lot of random crap I don't need. I need to check that amulet, though. Oh, and I forgot to give her back her stuff. Hold on. Making some money. It's interesting that a club and a mace are like different types of weapons. You think that they would be in like the same line? I mean, one's just a club, but it has some metal on it. Composite longbow. Ninjato. Sword of the ninja. Scimitar. Wakizashi ninjato. Plate mail. Ooh, I could use some plate mail. History of the Fateful Coin. Also, I never checked. Do I need to buy these books or can I just read them? Like, does this give me luck or something if I use it? I never actually checked on that before. I think plate mail seems good. I should probably get one of those. Very expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. Lore books are just for general background. Okay, so I can just read them. I don't need to buy them then. Get that plate mail, baby. Woohoo. Wait a minute. Can he not? Yeah, he can wear it. What does the yellow mean? Does yellow mean they just don't have the stat for it or something? Or... Oh, no, it means that they have it. Okay. It's confusing. So now, what is this? This is an armor class of 4. This is a 3, which makes it better. But my dex is now going down. My dex is my... Oh, no, no, that's good, right? I mean, no, that's good. Never mind. Dex is higher, question mark, I think. Thing, THACO systems. Okay. Do you want this? Oh, no, you already have this. So wait, what does yellow mean, then? Is it better for her? It always bothers me, because it has like a 5, and it's red, and it's like, eh. Yellow suggests an item upgrade. Okay. But then it fails to take in a lot of stuff. Okay. That's good to know, then. She used to have armor, but I think she died, and we didn't give her something back. Here, I'm gonna put that spell in there. Dang it. Here, you can carry all the heads. I'm gonna sell the girdle. You don't need it. You can, It was a simplification of the first edition rule. Everything was a lookup table. Ugh. They asked him what happens when you add a 1-point modifier to the roll, and it offset the entire table. He grumbled, went off to write something even more complex. It's so silly. Like, what? Why would you make a system that involves subtraction? Nobody likes subtraction. Nobody. Just make it addition, you know? Make it easier to get to something. Like that way versus subtraction, and then you're like, wait, it's making my dex go down? And that's good? I thought increases were good. And it's like, no, you have a dex of 16, which makes it where you have a ±1 bonus. Like, what? Wait, what? What's happening?
The customer is always right.
I guess this is something I can just sell, right? Cattle. Does your family necklace work, like, good for something? Oh, wait. No, I can't give it to somebody. Okay. In Baragast. Ah! That's what I thought. What about the girdle? Can I give the girdle to somebody? I kind of doubt it. Girdle. Let's see. Is this useful for anything? It's a cursed item. Can't be removed without visiting a temple. Remove curse. I know that. Can be useful for solo female characters, as some things in the game can only be done by male characters. Okay. But we have other male party members, right? Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine then. I don't think we need this. I'll take the girdle. More like Thack, no. Exactly. Well, you better give me 100 gold then.
Tell me. Give it to me straight.
Mysterious door I can't go in through.
I've got this.
Well, let me go back to Baragast, I guess, while I... Well, I don't want to do it now. I guess so. It's fine. It's only costing us maybe like a gold or something. I don't think I ever went in this inn. I thought there was only...
Here now, get out. I don't like your typing here.
What? What, Marl?
You tell him, Marl.
How about no?
You want it? You got it.
You're talking to me.
Hey, I told you to get lost.
You're talking to me.
Ain't no room in here for your troublemaking strangers. Oh, is it because it's a fancy place? Hey, you don't need to get all bent out of shape. There's plenty of bar for us all. Hey, I take whatever shape I want. I'm sick of you freakish adventurers going out consorting with gods you know what and dragging your trouble back into my hometown. What do you say to that? I just do what I think is right. We solve a lot more trouble than we cause. Well, very nearly always. Oh, you think it's funny, do you? You mess the local economy with your treasure. You upset the balance of nature. You flash your magic around. And because of it, maybe somebody's son thinks it's fun to go out and get himself killed. It's a bad example, and somebody ought to kick your ass for it. Don't get mad at me if somebody's son couldn't handle being out from under mom's skirt. Ooh, should have taught him to fight instead of dirt farming. Ooh. Sorry for you and your kin. Look, before this gets out of hand, maybe I should just leave. Everyone goes on their own path. I'll not be held accountable for what the fates deal. If you think you have what it takes, bring it on. Ooh! No, we're a law-abiding guy. We're probably just gonna leave. Sorry. Just like all the rest of you. Stir up some trouble, then run away, so others have to deal with the results. Not today. You leave through me or not at all. Dude, what the heck is your problem? You see a party of 6 adventurers, like, no, you leave through me. It's like, okay. Dude, random man. Alright. You asked for it. Dude, your buddy ain't even backing you up. And there you go, you exploded. Achievement, he started it. It wasn't my fault. Well, now your wife's gonna be sad.
Hey, don't click me! I don't want any trouble!
You murdering bastard! The Flaming Fist will deal with you! Everybody saw that! He started it! I didn't do anything. He threatened me.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
Yeah, we know that M's threatening to invade and all that.
I got some cheap beer for ya.
Keep a low profile if you please. Tempers are short for strangers right now. Did you not see the man that just blew up? Ooh, reflected image. Upon casting the spell, they create an image of themselves that will travel alongside them. They'll perform all the actions the wizard does, so that if enemies are trying to attack, they'll not know which is which. 50% chance they'll attack the image, 50% chance they'll attack the caster. A little bit of bonus if you have more luck. That seems useful. I think I prefer mage armor at the moment. That's 50% chance to miss for 3 rounds. That's pretty good. Deafness. They become totally deaf and they can't hear. The victim's allowed a saving throw. Deafened spellcasters have 50% chance to miscast any spell. Ooh. Cure disease, interesting. Glitter dust. A cloud of glittering golden particles. All enemies in the area have to roll or else they're blinded. In addition, all that are covered in dust cannot be removed and it continues to sparkle until it fades. This reveals invisible creatures. Ooh, very expensive. I think I'll get reflected image for now. Oh, there's a 2-handed sword. I didn't know there was a 2-handed sword. Should I get that? I think I should. 1d10 slashing. I have 2-handed sword proficiency. And it's a 2-handed sword. It's a 2-handed sword, 2-handed sword. Because right now I just have this, which is a long sword, which is 1-handed. I need a 2-handed sword.
You want some whiskey?
I didn't need that. Give me that. I guess I'll get reflected image too. That seems useful. Especially considering she has so low health. Why is sword get... Okay, apparently sword is a sex-based term. I can understand. Okay, it's like two-handed, but like... Whatever, Twitch. I think I'm gonna turn down the things, because I feel like it just catches more things than it actually helps. A long sword is one-handed, two-handed sword, different proficiency, because them's the rules. I wish you could hold it two-handed. Because, like, a long sword, like an actual real-life long sword, you'd use two hands. That thing is gigantic. You wouldn't whoosh, because then your arm's just gonna, like, fall off. But this is, like, fantasy version of longsword, where a longsword is just, like, a normal sword. Yeah, I have word filters on, mostly for, like, specific sexual terms. I think I should just manually ban certain words, and then otherwise have it on, like, really low. Hehe, longsword. Haha. What's this? Oh wait, that's my appearance. Oh, can I change their appearances too? I can! I can change their colors if I wanted. That's nice. So if I wanted, I could make her, like, blue. Be kind of weird, though, because, like, their whole... I don't know, some of these characters, like, she's not really wearing orange, but that's her color. Hi, Gillian.
Do you mind? I'm off to go shopping.
Oh, hello. You must join me for a while. I insist. Oh. Sure. When a lady offers me a drink, how can I refuse? That sounds kind of weird. Often, actually, honestly, maybe a little bit sexist. I don't know. Implies some preferences my character doesn't have. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I do enjoy my daily tipple, I do. Is it time for scones yet? Oh my.
Tell me.
Oh, Gillian, not Gillian. Yeah, completely different. Gosh, crazy. I cannot read your name. I still can't read your name. It's so dark blue against the dark blackness of Twitch. Ooh. Wait. This is in my pockets, right? Yeah. Say, those things seem familiar. Where is this person I can deliver this amulet to? Maybe this color. Yeah, that color works. I can read it. It's weird because I have readable colors on, but not readable to me.
Get out of me way, you crummy loghead.
I don't see what your secondary color is because it didn't update, but yeah. Alganorn! Hello. Oh, how are you doing?
What you want?
This is my room and I don't want visitors. Leave me alone. Oh, we'll talk later, I assume.
I've got this.
Wait, no, there's Hepis. Hello, Hepis. "99 tankards of ale on the wall, 99 tankards of ale. Take one down, pass it around, 98 tankards of ale on the wall." I assume that's only a song that people know because it's just something that drunk people do.
Don't worry about me.
Courtesan, hello.
I'm a fine-looking strumpet, ain't I?
Anything worth doing is worth doing slowly. Ooh. Of course she's hanging out at the fancy inn. Locked. Yeah. All these normal places are locked. Gosh darn it. Every house here is locked. I just want to bust in and go see what people's problems are. Alright, let me jingle jangle here. Where is this guy? Mr. Colkettle. Where are you, Mr. Colkettle? He lives in a generic home. It's the first house north of Firebeat Elvenhair's home, across the road from the Feldapost Inn. Well, this is the Feldapost Inn, right? Well, he's like right over here somewhere. Wait. I can go in here. Gosh, that's a hard to spot door.
You want it? You got it.
Hello.
Me youngins are waiting.
Oh, Mother surely is not going to like you poking your nose in here. Strangers in her kitchen. She'll not likely let that pass unnoticed.
You fool adventurers better be responsible out there.
Oh, you startled me. I'm not used to strangers because traveling is so dangerous now. Please don't linger too long in here. The children are leery of anyone they don't know, and 'tis hard enough keeping them calm when there is just me around. If only my husband hadn't gone to work the mines at Nashkel. Oh my. Hello, children.
I've got this.
Loser, loser, loser.
Mom, someone's in the house. Ooh, you're gonna get it if you don't leave. Daddy might come home and give you such a whooping. There's a sleeping man over there. That's suspicious. Hello, sleeping man. Well, he's asleep.
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
Hey, can you like get out of our house?
So hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Oh, you're old Gorian's ward. The lonely kid of Candlekeep. Of course. Oh yeah, Firebeat, I remember you. I heard about the loss of Gorian, and I must give you my deepest condolences. I hope since you've left Candlekeep, you've kept up on your reading. Oh, the world of books. I have heard that a new copy of that wondrous tome, The History of the Fateful Coin, can be had for a pretty penny in one of the stores around here. If you would be so kind as to buy it for an old man like myself, I'd gladly reimburse you. I'd even give you a little bonus to help you in your travels. It must be hard with Gorian gone. Alright.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
So, let's go get that book. That just closed the door. I'm sorry, figured.
I've got this.
I'm not looking for Firebeat, I'm looking for Pretty penny. Dude, it's like 2 gold.
Don't worry
I
about
thought
me.
pretty penny, I mean like 100. Gosh, I didn't know we could go in these houses because they're facing the wrong way. Hi, Firebead. Firebead. Wait, stop.
I've got this.
So hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Ah, you are generous to an old man, so I'll be generous in turn. Let me give you another book in exchange. It is a touch darker than what you've given me, but I get a sense that you may enjoy it nonetheless.
Good on you if you saved the day.
Foreshadowing? What do you give me? History of the Dead 3. A scroll case. Wait, when did I get that? Did he give that to me? Interesting. You're a loot goblin, so having all the missable bags was essential for you. Gave you the history and a scroll case. Ooh, oh, that's very useful, actually. History of the Dead 3. Knucklebones, Skull Bowling, and the Empty Throne. In ages past, there was but one god of strife, death, and the dead. He was known as Jurgal, Lord of the End of Everything. I was actually reading up on this earlier today. Jurgal fomented and fed on the discord among mortals and powers alike. When beings slew each other in their quest for power or in their hatred, he welcomed them into his shadowy kingdom of eternal gloom. Because he's in the middle plane, the fugue plane. For those that aren't know, here's a history lesson. So there are many planes in the world. When a person how do I explain this? There's a limbo plane, and then there's all the specific heavens of all the different gods, and of course there are hells as well. So when somebody doesn't have a chosen deity that they pray to, or if they have purposely gone against that deity's what do you call it? If they've gone against their wishes and tenets, then they end up on the fugue plane, which is this gray limbo world where they're either left there until a deity decides to choose them, if they're, you know, maybe somebody who wasn't very specifically religious, but like they had a couple of different options, like they weren't immediately led into whatever heaven. Or they're for the faithless. You can't exactly, I mean, you can be, what do you call it? You can be atheist, I guess, if you want in the Forgotten Realms. However, that's a bad idea. It's just straight up a bad idea. For one, gods obviously exist because people are, you know, doing miracles, and literally gods will walk the earth and all that. So it's like, you know they exist. But if you purposely choose not to pledge, you know, to any of them, not to pray to any of them, then you're the faithless. And being the faithless is very bad, because in the end, your soul will be judged, and you'll be put into. There's this whole wall around the City of Judgment in the Fugue Plane to protect it from demons, and basically your soul just gets kind of stuck to that wall and eventually absorbed into it. So you're just stuck there until either a demon pulls you out and brings you to the hells, or you're just a part of the wall and you just become part of the mass of faithless people. It's very interesting. Forgotten Realms is interesting in this way. Most material plane worlds send their dead souls to the nearest outer plane that matches their alignment in the Great Wheel cosmology. But Forgotten Realms specifically takes the atheists and grinds them down into mortar for a wall to keep out the rest of the cosmos. Weird. Yeah, see, that's a very interesting thing. I don't know if the wall keeps out the rest of the cosmos, or if it's specifically just to guard the City of Judgment from demons or something. I don't remember. I was reading up on it earlier today. But it's very interesting how it's just, oh, you want to not pledge your allegiance to any of the gods that are obviously like in control of everything. Well, now you're just gonna get stuck to a wall with magic green moss, and you're eventually gonna become a part of it. Unless a demon decides to sneak over and pluck you out, and then probably turn you into a soul coin to go sell. Or to go use for whatever nefarious purpose in the hells. You're always more of a fan of the planescape setting, not so much specific material plane settings, but one thing is the same. The planar economy runs on the souls of mortals, and everyone is invested in maintaining the system. Okay. Interesting. I don't know too much about everything that isn't Forgotten Realms, like, you know, like the Greyhawk and Planescape. I know there's a Planescape game, Planescape Torment, and then there's another one that I don't know. Is the fan sequel to that, does that take place in the Planescape setting, or does it take place in like a knockoff? Because they'd have to have permission to make it, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's very interesting. But yeah, if you're either someone who isn't immediately admitted into one of the various gods' heavens or hells, you wander around, you end up at the City of Judgment, where this guy is, Jurgal, Lord of the End of Everything, and he judge you. However, that's changed over the years, as we'll probably go through. Let's see. As all things died, everything came to him eventually, and over time he built his power into a kingdom unchallenged by any other god. Eventually, however, he grew tired of his duties, for he knew them too well. Without challenge there is nothing, and in nothingness there is only gloom. In such a state, the difference between absolute power and absolute powerlessness is undetectable. During this dark era, there arose three powerful mortals, Bane, Baal, and Mirkul. Who the heck called their kids Bane and Baal? Who knows? But yes. They lusted after the power Jurgal wielded. The trio forged an unholy pact, agreeing that they would dare to seek such ultimate power or die in the attempt. Over the length and breadth of the realms they strode, seeking powerful magic and spells and defying death at every turn. No matter what monster they confronted or what spells they braved, the three mortals emerged unscathed at every turn. Oh, that's kind of repeated. Bad writing there. Someone should have checked that. You don't want to end sentences or start them exactly the same multiple times in a row. Eventually, the trio destroyed one of the 7 lost gods, and they each seized a portion of his divine essence for themselves. I didn't know about that. I'll have to look into who that was. The trio then journeyed into the Grey Waste and sought out the Castle of Bone. Through armies of skeletons, legions of zombies, hordes of non-corporeal undead, and a gauntlet of liches they battled. Eventually, they reached the object of their lifelong quest, the Bone Throne. "I claim this throne of evil," shouted Bane the tyrant. "I'll destroy you before you can raise a finger," threatened Ball the assassin. "And I shall imprison you, imprison your essence for eternity," promised Miracle the necromancer. Jurgal arose from his throne with a weary expression and said, "The throne is yours. I have grown weary of this empty power. Take it if you wish. I promise to serve and guide you as your seneschal until you grow comfortable with the position." Before the stunned trio could react, the Lord of the Dead continued, "Who among you shall rule?" Uh-oh. They're like, let's go to the Bone Zone. The trio immediately fell into fighting amongst themselves, while Jurgal looked on with indifference. When eventually it appeared that either they would all die of exhaustion or battle on for an eternity, the Lord of the End of Everything intervened. "After all you have sacrificed, would you come away with nothing? Why don't you divide the portfolios of the office and engage in a game of skill for them?" asked Jurgal. "Why don't we just split the job into like 3 things and then we like fight for it?" Bane, Ball, and Miracle considered the god's offer and agreed. Jurgal took the heads of his 3 most powerful liches and gave them to the trio that they would compete by bowling the skulls. Oh, this sounds so tabletop-y. How about you guys just do a fiddle contest for it? It'll be fine. Each mortal rolled a skull across the Grey Waste, having agreed that the winner would be he who bowled the farthest. This seems unfair, though. This seems like a very unfair contest, because one's an assassin, like Bane I assume was like a fighter, and Miracle's a necromancer. So like there seems to be some unfairness here. But I guess it's like, use your wits to bowl the best. They should have set up some pins. Malar the Beast Lord arrived to visit Jurgal at this moment. After quickly ascertaining that the winner of the contest would get all of Jurgal's power, he chased off after the 3 skulls to make sure that the contest would be halted until he had a chance to participate for part of the prize. Gosh darn it. Malar's like, "Oh man, I want to be part of this contest. Can I join? I want to go like screw everything up." Bane, Ball, and Miracle again fell to fighting, as it was obvious their sport was ruined, and again Jurgal intervened. "Why don't you allow Lady Luck to decide, so you don't have to share with the beast?" Oh boy. Yeah, very echoing Greek myths here. An unfair deal between friends that leaves nobody satisfied. Which specific Greek myth does that follow, or is that probably a lot of variety? Planescape formalized the old manual of the planes with the Great Wheel of Cosmology, which has since changed. From what I understand today, there was a Great Wheel of Cosmology to all, cosmology is talking about how all the realms are laid out in proportion to each other. So there's the Great Wheel, and then later on, I think in 4th edition, they did like a Great Tree, because things were changed a lot with how the realms were laid out and different things, like elemental planes were like opened up and things, and now it's the like world axis cosmology, because in 5th edition they like undid stuff, and so now it's like, now they kind of undid stuff, and that some things like elemental planes are like there and like, not contained as well anymore or something. And also things are back to the ways of old, and now all the wizards just like pick whatever one they want. Pretty much. Different wizards pick different things because everything's all screwed up now. There's so much lore. If you want to have a fun time at Fantasyland, go look at the Forgotten Realms wiki, or any of the wikis for any of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there. So many things. You can get lost in there for hours. Your first thought was the three gods choosing the sky, the sea, and the underworld as their domains. Like for this? This, I assume they're just in the Fugue Plane, because that's where the City of Judgment is, which I assume that's just something that they clarified later on, because right now it's just like the Bone Castle. Because eventually I assume names changed, because this throne has changed a couple times since here. Which I'll clarify later. Anyway. They're gonna have Lady Luck decide by flipping coins. The trio agreed, and Jurgal broke off his skeletal finger bones and gave them to the players. When Malar returned from chasing the skulls, he found that the trio had just finished a game of knucklebones. Bane cried out triumphantly, "As winner, I get to choose rule for all eternity as the ultimate tyrant. I can induce hatred and strife at my whim, and all will bow down before me while in my kingdom." Miracle, who had won second place, declared, "But I choose the dead, and by doing so I truly win, because you are all lord over, because you are lord over Bane, which will eventually be mine. All things must die, even gods." Yeah. Because everything that Bane's the lord over will eventually die and come to him. Okay, I see. Ball, who finished third, demurred, I think. "I choose death, and it is by my hand that you will rule Lord Bane. Wait. All that you rule, Lord Bane, will eventually pass to Lord Miracle. Both of you must pay honor to me and obey my wishes, since I can destroy your kingdom, Bane, by murdering your subjects, and I can starve your kingdom, Miracle, by staying my hand." Ooh, he got the power move! Ooh. That's interesting. Because Bane's like, I want to be like an eternal like god among the living and induce hatred and all and build my own kingdom. Miracle's like, alright, well, I'm gonna get all the souls once they're dead, so they're all gonna come to me. And Ball's like, you know what? I can play the power game between you. I'm the middleman, to where I can choose to kill people or not choose to kill people. And that's gonna mess with both of you guys. And to be fair, Miracle's a necromancer, so he's gonna be interested in dead stuff. Bane was just like a tyrant fighter guy or something? Question mark? And Ball's an assassin. I forget what they said he was. He's just like a conqueror lord guy. But what did they say he was? The Ball the assassin. Yeah, he's just a tyrant. He's just a strong fighter man. Malar growled in frustration but could do nothing, and yet again only the beasts were left for him. And Jurgal merely smiled, for he had been delivered. Aw. Malar's like, dang it, I still have what I have. And Jurgal's like, yes! I don't have to do this anymore. Thank God. You know, thank myself for being smart. And that is how Ball became the Lord of Murder. And that was the state of play until the Time of Troubles ended 1E. I need to look into what the Time of Troubles is. Because I actually don't know what that is. I know after the Time of Troubles, the gods like walked the earth and like crazy stuff went down. And that's it. Yeah, Jurgal just wanted a break. Now see, after this, because Miracle, I think, is currently like the guy who's like judging people. Because he's in the dead zone. And then later on, that goes on to somebody else. Because I assume he just dies or falls out of power or something. And Jurgal is just still there as like an assistant. He's just like keeping track of like all the numbers and like keeping all the records. And he's just like chilling. He's just chilling. He's having a good old time. Ooh, money. It's not illegal if he didn't have it locked. I'm not stealing.
You want it? You got it.
See, he didn't mind.
You want it? You've got it.
Armor disables arcane spell casting in this game. Oh, darn it. So does that mean he can't cast while he has scale mail on? Oh man. I'm gonna have to give him a robe or something. I just don't have anything.
Tell me. I've got this.
I wish they would just like not let you equip it, but you can be a, I don't know. It's weird. Cause like you can not be a magic bard. That'd be much easier. Imagine like a guy and he has to like take off his shirt every time he wants to cast a spell. Aw, dang it, they all went home.
Don't worry about
like
me.
We all struggle to fit in the doorway and then it lets us in.
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more than me competition.
Can you make me a robe? That'd be useful. Shadow armor. What? The heck you got here, sir? That's you didn't know you had full plate? What? You got like a robe? Do you have something that doesn't need to be forged? I don't think so. I guess I'll just have to take off his thing for now. I probably won't see it then. Okay, I'm probably not gonna see it.
You want it? You've got it.
Oh well. Yeah, I'll look into the shadow armor stuff later. I can't even afford it, so I'm not even gonna remember what it does later. Alright, well in that case... Oh wait, the thing I was supposed to be doing. I need to go find... I think it's in this house? I need to go deliver this amulet to somebody. Somebody who I haven't met, but I cheated and looked on the wiki. to figure out where they were. I'll get a reputation point for it, so I might as well do it. I didn't know I could enter these houses that weren't directly facing the front. It sounded like I was gonna stop streaming. Maybe sometime soon. You're a butler. Hello.
Don't worry about me.
Hey, get out of me way, you crummy loghead.
Ooh. Oh, forgive my disposition, but we were expecting some overdue friends. Mr. Coquettle will be most disappointed. Please do not bother him. Hey, your friends are dead. Probably like another 10, 20 minutes
You're
or so.
a long-tongued lout, ain't you?
Please, no visitors today. I'm quite unwell with grief over my missing son. I told the fool not to travel in such times, especially with wife and child in tow, but he would not listen. Now I have no idea where he... Wait. Where did you get that amulet? It's scrap left behind by some vulturous marauders. Catches the light quite nicely, though. Some fools dared the road to Nashkel and were cut down by bandits. Though they had no further use for it, or anything else they carried. It was a shame to see, but I profited in the end, so all is well. Certainly a piteous sight, a young family cut down in a cowardly raid. This was along their meager belongings. It is. It was my son's. Please, might I have it? Of course. It is regretful that I could not have arrived sooner and prevented their deaths. I thank you. Funny, isn't it? How a simple piece of cut glass takes on so much more worth. Please leave me.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
Hey.
Good on you if you saved the day.
Get out of my way. I want to leave.
You want it? You've got it.
Alrighty. I guess that means... I mean, there might be more quests in here. Can I go in some of these other houses? Oh no. These are bigger than I thought. You're a commoner. You probably ain't got none.
Don't worry about me.
Hooray! Reputation!
Don't worry about me.
Commoner.
I've got this.
Commoners mostly have rumors.
You've got it.
Hello? You're a commoner.
You want it? You've got it. You want it?
I think we've already gathered all the rumors that we can find. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the place we were just in before. 12 hours later. As we shimmy limbo line our way down. Back to Nashkel. Party members are probably like, weren't we just here?
I've got this.
I'm like, yeah, well, we had to go back and give somebody an amulet, okay? 16 hours later.
I've got this.
Never had breath. No sorry.
You want it?
Just
You've
wasting
got it.
so many days not accomplishing anything. Okay. Alrighty. Well, there's the mayor. Hello, commoners.
You said something?
You people look new to Nashkel. I assume you've come to see the fair. It's really too bad about all the troubles we've been having here lately, because it kind of ruined the whole mood at the fair.
Oh, where's the fair?
The fair? It's just east. Aren't too many people there, though.
Hey, get out of me way, you crummy loghead.
You to town, eh? Well, if I were you, I'd just turn around and leave. Ever since the monsters started the killing in our iron mines, the town's been cursed. Just a few weeks past, our guard commander lost his mind and slaughtered his family. No good to stay here, trust me. Does purple mean a door is locked?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Don't worry about me.
And I find. Hello.
Ah, intrepid adventurers at our door.
Helm guards over all the realms, and his servants are at your disposal. The vigilant one stands ready to mend thy ailments, and so divert the unyielding gaze of the great guide. For a suitable donation, of course. Just to demonstrate our mutual goodwill. You understand. Helm watch over you and our poor lost brother Brage. Brage? Maybe it's Brage. I'm gonna call him Brage. A finer captain of the guard could nary be found in this side of Anne. Such a strange change for one so devout as he. One does not usually change so drastically without nefarious help. If there be an evil influence on him, perhaps the harsh justice of the military should be stayed. He'll find no quarter at the garrison, but if he came to the temple, well, his restitution need not be his life. Is there anything I can help you with? Sure. Okay. Luckily you guys all charge the same. Stone to flesh scroll. Ooh. Anti-petrification could be useful at some point. Otherwise I think we're good. I think everybody has a potion. Yeah, if I return him to the temple, he might be okay. Wherever he is.
You want it?
I don't know if he's that same old man we found before or not. So that guy called himself like a weird old hermit. I'm not sure. Hello, Oobleck.
Oh, you have returned, and so soon.
No, say not another word. I would not think of making you wait but a moment for your just reward. When council told me they had procured Grey Wolf to rid the woods of the bandit Tonquin, I knew we could expect swift justice. I would not have predicted success this quickly, but who else could be striding into town looking as you do? Please accept this meager sum of 200 gold pieces, as well as the heartfelt thanks of all of Nashkel. I'm not Grey Wolf, so you must have made some mistake. I am not this Grey Wolf. Keep your money, it's not mine to take. You are not Grey Wolf the bounty hunter? Oh, sweet Helm, I almost gave 200 gold pieces to a complete stranger. The captain best not hear of this. He'd have my hide. Thanks be for your honesty, stranger. There are those who would not have done as such.
If man is known by the company he keeps, I shall be thought of gloriously.
Damn it, Carrick. Shut up. What's that? A man in Nashkel named Oobleck mistook me for a bounty hunter named Grey Wolf. I cost myself a little gold, but prevented him from making an expensive mistake. Only good things can come from it. Yeah, like rep. Hello, boy.
Loser, loser, loser.
Captain Brage went missing a few days ago. Ma and Pa told me that he's crazy. Sometimes at night, I'm pretty sure that he's roaming around the woods just outside our house, but I'm too afraid to go outside.
Mother said not to talk with strangers.
I was good for days and days. Now I can go to the fair. Aw.
You funny looking.
Hello, mate. You look a friendly face.
I hear they have the softest silks and rare textiles in Baldur's Gate. Must be quite the trading port to have such finery. You can purchase most anything there, I've been told. Well, it is a trading city.
Stand and deliver, that my hamster might have a better look at you.
Oh boy. Well, I found who we can who could replace. Oh boy. I didn't know he'd just be standing in the middle of the road somewhere. It's Minsk. I agree, Boo. They look to be friendly. Greetings, we are Minsk and Boo. We have traveled far to explore this land, but now my charge Dynahair has been taken from us. 'Twas Knowles, and once we have tracked them, I will beat sense into their heads until they release her. Accompany us, and bards will sing the deeds of Minsk and Boo and friends. The classic dilemma of the damsel in distress. How could anyone decline? Take heart, fellow adventurers, for you have carried the favor of Boo, the only miniature giant space hamster in the realm. My friend and companion, ever since my head wound. He will lead us to victory. Onward to the Knoll stronghold in the west. Tarry not, we must go soon. For now. Sorry, hold on.
Cool one, sir.
I am truly saddened that you wish Minsk and Boo to leave. If you have any need for a stout blade, and an even stouter man to swing it, do not hesitate to call on me. Well, I guess we're getting rid of these two, and getting our monk in Minsk, because I don't have anyone else to get rid of. Minsk and Boo together at last. Alright, give me those heads. And those arrows. And that. And this. You have splint mail. I mean, you can always buy somewhere. Club. Guess I'll take your quarterstaff. I feel bad. And I'll let you keep it. It's yours. Alright, bye.
Give it to me straight.
Gorian isn't gonna like this, but I'm gonna reform my party. Sorry, you two gotta go.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
I openly question your judgment, but it is your decision to make. You do show some measure of leadership, and I should be glad to assist you in the future. Come, Khalid, we must depart for now. Imon, Khalid, Jahira, and Minsk and Dynahair are the canon party, so you've met them all now. Okay. Interesting. I knew that some of these guys were like the canon people. But, you know. You don't have to play with the canon party or anything like that. That's just, you know. In the Tales of Yore and also in the sequel, they mention that all of them went on an adventure together. So it's like, hey, I met them. I mean, a druid is cool, but I kind of like Nira more. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of Garrett, because he doesn't really do all too much. But, I don't know. When do you kill God? Well, we're gonna eventually kind of kill one, sort of. Yeah, it never says you were exclusive with them, and many of these people show up again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the... I don't know. The druid was neat, but... They're an enhanced edition NPC, so you can tell her to take a hike and she'll go to the friendly arm. Classic guys just stand there. Oh. I thought she was probably like an original character. I guess it makes sense. They want to have like another wizard earlier on. Yeah, I think sending everyone to the tavern makes more sense. I thought that was just the case, but I guess not. Now I'm questioning my decisions then. Because I need a Moen, because you have to have a thief, pretty much. I don't need Bard guy. He's got one spell.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, they added that in later. Gosh, he's trying to get me to keep him. Now I'm debating. I don't want to get rid of her because she has like cool magic, but she's so weak. She's so weak at these early levels. And she's never going to level up if I don't use her. Garrick we can get rid of though. Oh yeah, I know. It's just that they ported it to another engine, that's all. To the updated version of the engine, so there's a couple of changes that came with that.
Yes, sir.
Cause like Garrick isn't doing anything. He's like kind of like a weird character. I could get rid of him for now. Cause like these two are kind of sweet together, even though I don't know. Bye, Garrick. Yes, sir. Bye.
I am at your service.
Ah, well, I suppose it will give me the opportunity to work on this new ballad I've been thinking of. I bet you'll never guess who the protagonists are. Oh, that's sweet. Great. You're just gonna stand here, Garrett?
What do you need?
I think he's got nothing else to do, so he's just gonna stand here. Where I ditched him. Nearest surge mechanic is a fun RP for a reloading run. But they can TPK the entire party on Iron Man, no reload. Yeah. Bard's stronger in Icewind Dale. But the only thing of Icewind Dale, though, that's mostly a combat mechanic focused game, right? I heard the story isn't that great, so I kind of removed them from my list. Because I'm like, yeah, combat's okay. I'm not, like, hugely enjoying it. It's fine.
Tell me. Give it to me straight.
Is the monk guy, is he an enhanced edition guy?
You want it? You got it.
Who wants some?
It's been quite boring without you. Welcome back. Welcome, Minx. What do you use? I know you're like a fighter ranger guy. Yeah, you're a ranger. What do you got? Two-handed sword. Oh, perfect! I got the perfect weapon for you if you don't have it. What do you got? You can move silently. Racial enemy are gnolls. Well, that's convenient because we're gonna go fight gnolls.
You point, I punch.
Oh yeah, I forgot rangers have like sneaky stuff. Aw, Boo's in their pocket. Aw. Boo is a fuzzy little hamster. While Minx believes that Boo is a miniature giant space hamster, you're rather certain that the tiny rodent is just a normal hamster. We're most certain, but we're not like 100% certain. Oh, I forgot. I put my chainmail on frickin' Garrett. Oh well. Oh well, we can always find something better, I'm sure. Rasad is enhanced edition. Okay. There's just that thing where I'm like, well, they weren't written like by the same people. So I'm like, I don't have to have them. I want like that original experience kind of. Oh, you already have a two-handed sword. Oh well. Why does he have hair? He's wearing hair here and it looks weird. I'm surprised. I'm guessing they all just have the same exact like character thing. Yeah, like these two are like literally the same but different color. He has hair. So it's interesting they didn't give them their own model because they're so small, so it doesn't really matter. You love them for the setting and ambience. And soundtrack by Jeremy Soule. Ooh. Anyone doesn't know, that's Elder Scrolls. You know, like Oblivion, Skyrim. They're skippable if you're not in love with the gameplay. Gotcha. Yeah, Planescape Torment's always like, ooh, yeah. It's not been approached by anything in the genre until Disco Elysium. And that's another game on our list that I recently got. So I'll get to that someday. Someday within the next, year. Oh, was he good in a longbow? I mean, he's a ranger, I would assume so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pressing buttons. Here we go. Have a longbow, have some arrow. Though he's mostly going to be up front. We can swap your armors for now. People like it because it has a mix of story and combat, and you spend more time with it. Torment and all are much shorter experiences. Yeah, because Torment has combat, but I hear it's not really, like, good. It's there. It exists, you know. Here, have some potions. Boo scuttles away as you try to grab him, and Mink stops any further attempts to steal the hamster of harsh glare. Oh, so, like, his thing is, like, he doesn't have another quick item slot. Cause Boo. Things can use composite longbows with its exceptional strength, but yeah, he's a two-handed swordsman. I'm sure I'll enjoy Planescape. I don't own it, but I own
What do you need?
BG1 and 2, so I've got plenty of game to get through already.
I've got this.
Stand away, citizen!
Hey there, who told you could come in here? This place is only for the members of the Amnian soldiery. Little snot noses like you are not welcome here. Come on, get out of here before I have to kick your butts.
Sorry, I'll leave.
Good, run off with your tails between your legs. Now if you'll excuse me, I have important business. Get out of my way.
I've got this.
I think you just, like, left.
Don't worry about me.
No game is perfect, but Torment certainly made an impression the first time you played. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there.
Leave me be, or the guard will have you.
Brings your band to our little town. Not much to see here. We're the Pimple and Annam's buttocks. If you insist on staying, here's a little word of warning. People are real touchy, so don't go around stirring up any trouble. Alright. I like to imagine this town's just like a black pit, and I wander around and reveal it. It's a windmill. Very kind of short windmill. Looks like it'd be hitting the ground. It's a windmill. Pimple on the buttocks? Yeah, well. Sounds like it would hurt. Hey look, they have a little water tower. Ray, who said this game will be the death of me? Oh no. They have jokes. They have dev jokes. I find it weird you can't wander into the blackness, but I think the reason is just in case you click somewhere where you can't go. Explore all the edges. Get rid of that fog of war. Capital of Amn is the city of Athkatla to the south. Someone used to there would certainly be bored out here in the hinterlands. Most of the Sword Coast is the hinterlands. When you say hinterlands, do you just mean like middle of nowhere? Like, what does that mean? I feel like I've heard that word before, but I don't actually know what it means. Just like middle of nowhere, like woods, wilderness, whatever. Rural. What's this? Locked. that windmill. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Almost looks like a dead body or something right there. No significant landmarks, mostly farmlands or unsettled territory. Roads, if any, are unimproved, mix of rural and undeveloped land. Okay, that makes sense. I wonder how much it changes as you go through the... I mean, when you say this era, I assume you just mean the 1300s, right? Because most of, like, the modern stuff is only 100 years later. But in that span of 100 years, there's been, like, 3 different tabletop editions. Which, if anyone remembers what I said before, the realms, like, literally goes through changes between those editions. Therefore, some crazy stuff has happened within the span of some of these longer-lived races. Some crazy, crazy stuff. In the 2E timeline, Forgotten Realms likes to hit the big red reset button when everything's get too developed. Yeah, I can see that. They want to keep their, like, English countryside kind of feel going on. Otherwise, there's nothing really to explore anymore if everything is, like, developed. But yeah, it's not just the Sword Coast, obviously, but yeah. It's just, you know, you gotta keep things on a playing field, because, like, the realms literally go through some change where they, like, fuse with, like, the planet fuses with another planet and, like, distorts all the landforms, chaos happens, people die left and right, it's like, the gods are walking on the earth. Like, ew, can you imagine just living through all that? And it's like, oh, not another one of these. It's like, oh man, it's only been like 10 years since the absolute apocalypse happened. Here comes another one, you know? It's like, geez, like, you would not want to be an elf. Because, like, you live through one of these things as a human. You're like, oh my god, I remember that when I was a kid. And the elves are like, oh yeah, well there's probably another, like, 30 of those on the way. Ugh. Dark Age Europe, yeah. Fantasy Asia to the east, Fantasy Africa and Australia to the south, and Fantasy New World to the west. Yeah, it's basically just a weird version of Europe. Basically. We're in the English side. If you go to the right, you have, what's it called? It's not called Shing, that's Full Metal. What is it? It starts with an X, I think. Where is it? I thought it was like right to the right, maybe not. There's Cormir, Corinth there. Where? Somewhere. Maybe I'm thinking of Damara. That's not right. Looking at a map. I thought it was like right to the right, but maybe not. But yeah, toward like Kalimshan, that's like India essentially. Like Arabic territory, which, you know, in the old days, a little bit racist, but you know. What place am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something. Oh wait! No, never mind. I thought I was thinking of something else. What is the place that has like soy sauce and all that kind of stuff? Like it is like literally Asia. And they have their own like kind of racist version of Asian script. Can't find it. It's somewhere. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're to the west. And they trade of Icewind Dale. I don't remember. Somewhere. I thought it was to the east. Elminster knows the location of a secret portal to Ed Greenwood's kitchen in the canon. Oh my god. Of course he does. Because that's Ed Greenwood's character. And for people who don't know, Ed Greenwood's the person who made the Forgotten Realms. The author. The original intent of the Forgotten Realms was a mirror Earth that used to be connected, but magic pathways were lost over time. Hence, the Forgotten Realms. That was Ed Greenwood's idea. There were portals that linked the two worlds, and yeah, over time they were just lost, and people forgot about the Forgotten Realms, because that's why they're forgotten. Yeah, 5e has backed way off from racial alignments in response to criticism, and racial mods to mental stats got retconned after a huge Twitter thread about orc mages. Racial mods to mental stats. Okay, so you're saying, like, you know, you can't have, like, dumb orcs and stuff. They're super invested in filibustering why orcs have to have -2 int, and other people are invested in debating them. Ah. I think it's one of those things where if it's, like, maybe, I don't know, it's, like, common, I guess, for, like, non-player character orcs, I'm, like, fine with that. But if your main one has to have it, it's like you have to be a dummy. It's like, eh, you know, talk to your DM about that if you want to be like really smart, an outlier. One of those things. Because it discourages you from wanting to be like an orc mage because you always have a -2, unless your DM lets you. What's this house? But yeah, I know specifically, out of some of the things that are being changed, like drow are getting a lot more variety to not have such stark racial stereotypes in the realms, because obviously you can link those to other types of, you know, racial stereotypes, because drow are the evil elves with black skin, you know? It's like pretty obvious that's a bad idea in general, because I mean you can go look at Elder Scrolls and it's the same thing with the Dunmer. The rude evil people who got cursed with darker skin, ashy gray skin. It's like, you know. So now with the drow, along with the work of other authors, such as R.A. Salvatore, who made Drizzt, who's a very famous drow, and he helped establish, I assume, a lot of the drow backstory with his stories, with all of his novels over here. He was trying to make, with Drizzt, he was trying to make like a different type of drow, because most drow are just seen as evil because their alignment is evil. And so he made an outlier, and then he tried to basically show in other books that I'm reading right now that all drow aren't evil. They're just kind of indoctrinated under, you know, the worship of Lolth to act in evil ways, because that's what Lolth wants. And otherwise they'd be killed or outcasted and probably killed in the Underdark. And you know, now, you know, the whole, I don't know what you would call it. A lot of people call it the whole wokeness. I hate that. The age of wokeness. The age where you know, people are actually standing up for, you know, the fact that there are stereotypes and things that aren't so great and welcoming to other people, and how you can apply that to, like, obviously reality. They're making it to where now there's a variety of drow, because it was already kind of like knowledge that not all drow worship Lolth, and so now it's just that's a subset specifically.
My hamster is getting antsy. If we be adventurers, let us adventure.
Specifically, that subset of drow who worship, you know, Lolth, which is in like Menzo Berens and surrounding communities. Those are the evil ones because, you know, they're worshiping an evil goddess. And now they're making new subsets that worship other gods, you know, like Illustrae, and such, which they already
excitement in High Forest.
They already had some of that, but I think it was drow who were like raised on the surface worshipped Illustrae, which is like a drow goddess who is allowed with the rest of the pantheon, because they're like, yeah, she's fine, you know, she's not evil, so she's allowed to be commingle with all the rest of the elven gods. But they're making more subsets to kind of flesh out that race more, so it's not just evil and then the weird outlier kids, and generally make the realms more inviting to make people want to play those classes if they're not an evil character, you know. Historical context about Gygax and how he copied Tolkien were brought up in that thread. You learned a lot more about the cultural legacy of colonialism in some link blog posts. Yep. The original guy who started the thread was like, this is fascinating, but my point was, can you not say that thing? It makes me uncomfortable. The other guy started explaining it. Okay. This all went into Wizards pushing Session 0 as official rules. Oh, okay. So pushing that you have to do a session to where all your characters, like you all just discussed your characters and stuff. You're not welcome at my table, yeah. Basically pushing that, hey, you all need to like talk and like establish your characters together and like establish like what kind of, you know, establish the status quo of how this is going to work and not just come in with characters and then people like yell at each other that, you know, it should be this way when you're supposed to be in a session where you're adventuring, you know, making a whole dramatic aside. You always like the idea that sea deities, the chaotic evil deities are too numerous to count, so more than one drow deity makes total sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It's just one of those things where they never fleshed it out, you know. Another cult over each hill, yeah. Because like most of the gods in general are just mortals who ascended to divine status through some means. At this point, I think.
Way more excitement in High Forest.
I thought you were running away from High Forest because there was too much excitement here. Jeez. But yeah, the whole thing is like there should be a variety because like if a mortal like dies and they have enough followers, then they can just become a god pretty much. Something like that.
I prefer these long periods of relaxation. A lovely day for it.
So it's like, you know, it makes sense that there should be like more, you know, and the fact that, you know, if there's more than one, I don't know, more than one drow deity besides, or more than the two that were already kind of like known, then that makes sense. Or like drow who like maybe don't worship a specific drow deity, I don't know. But yeah.
Boring.
D&D is a co-op experience, so if your character doesn't want to be here, make another character. I think that's a different issue though. That's not just saying, I want to make a character that's different from the rest of you and I want to like wander off on my own like a solo adventure. I think it's different. Jaybirds! Thank you so much for the raid.
Do something.
My characters are complaining because I'm standing still chatting. Because it's like, oh, I was about to type raid. What were you playing? Were you playing Halos? What were you doing? You're playing art! Oh man, good old, how fascinating. Were you working on that sketch you posted on Twitter? Oh dang, you already shouted them out. Oh. Just chatting D&D stream. I feel like I don't know enough about D&D to just do a chat about it. Because it would end up just me either reading one of my books out loud, which I wouldn't want to do on a stream for copyright reasons, or reading off of a wiki. Bloody stuff is hard. Art's hard. The art was playing me. Ah! Well, I hope you made some kind of progress. And if not, well, no, if not, you do it. You do your thing. But if not, if you're struggling, just take a break and then look at it tomorrow. Yeah, art be hard. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about how Dungeons and Dragons, like Wizards of the Coast, is basically for good reason and things I can agree with. They're removing some derogatory and or like racist kind of things. Like they're trying to warp a lot of like the current stuff in 5th edition to, you know, be less derogatory and like remove any kind of doubt as for their stance toward things. Like making the dark-skinned race of elves who are underground not entirely evil people. Which, you know, was kind of a thing, but it was an outlier thing versus, like, it's established that they have other cultures besides just murder. You know, stuff like that. Or I heard that they changed something in a reprint of Curse of Strahd, which is a vampire adventure, a very famous one. to help remove something that may have been derogatory in there. I don't know what it was. But they're doing a lot of changes and making D&D more accessible to more people. Yeah, murder culture, oh boy. Yeah, the Drow typically worship Lolth, who is a goddess of chaos, and she likes it when the people under her house make her happy by killing all the weaklings, like all the weaker houses, and murdering them. And it's a very interesting system, to where in the city of Menzoberranzan, which is the Drow city in the Underdark, the really big one that most people have heard of if you know anything about Drow, because it's like the biggest one, the only one they ever talk about pretty much. They have like a law system to where like they don't allow just casual murder, but if you can do it and get away with it, then like it's okay. Like even if everyone knows that you did it, as long as you aren't caught doing it, then it's fine, because then there's no justice to enact. You know, think of it like a court of law where like, yeah, we have evidence against you. If they don't have any evidence, but like they know a house was murdered, then it's okay. It's interesting. There are people that think that everything Gygax wrote is the word of the gods. Oh, please. If you think that, then just homebrew your own game with the old rules. It's one person. It's one game designer. I don't care if he co-created it. Just play what you want. You're okay with the DM's Guild disclaimer that says some of the older stuff doesn't fit with our current values, but they are presented unedited because changing them now would be pretending it didn't happen, and that's rewriting history. So when they say they're older stuff, do they mean like older adventures and things? I don't know what DM's Guild specifically is. Is that like a website that just has a bunch of rules and stuff on there, or are they like a creator of a lot of like custom adventures that aren't like officially published? They sell PDFs of all the older edition stuff. Oh, okay, I see. That's fine. I mean, I can understand if like you don't want to go back and edit and change old adventures from the way they were written. But if you were to like make a new version that's separate, you know, I'd be okay with that, you know? Like, offer the old version and have, like, a warning on it, if people are uncomfortable with that. And then if you are allowed to, you know, like the official publisher or writer, make a separate version that's like a, you know, a 2022 version of something. What's my button? Is it this button? That's my button. We're basically done with the game at this point. This is what happens. We're late in the night. It just turns into a just chatting stream where I'm like, yeah, I'm too tired to like play the game anymore. We're just gonna chill and start talking. Let me call this day 3. Whoosh. There we go. Can I just hit? Ooh, I can hit that button. They're not gonna say anything. That's good. Yeah, nerd out about D&D, a game that I don't even play. I just know about the universes and like some of the rules from the game, like the video games, but not from like actually playing tabletop. It'd be interesting to play tabletop, but I'm so specific with the kind of groups I get along with. Otherwise I'm not having fun. I need to watch more D&D, like Critical Role or something. As like background noise while I draw or something, do work. Haven't played D&D since before the pandemic. We had to find an online group. Yeah, maybe the way. That, or if you have, you know, if you actually know the people that you play D&D with, just like getting like a Discord call or Zoom or whatever works. Depends on if you use miniatures or not. If you use miniatures, you'd have to go through like Tailspin? Is that what I said it was? Tailspire, Tailspin, one of those games. Something. Roll20. Anything. I wanna go through a lot of the older D&D edition stuff. There seems to be a lot of cool adventures and things that I know I'll never play, so I just kind of want to like read through them as like a novel. I think that'd be interesting. Like Curse of Strahd, like I'd love to play Curse of Strahd, Will I ever get to it anytime soon? Probably not. So I may just end up reading it just to know what the story is behind it. Because, you know, even if you were to play it, you may know like some things about it, but you're most likely gonna forget stuff, or your DM changes stuff. So, depending on what your group decides to do, so it'll still be different. Though I feel like I should read Descent into Avernus. I feel like I should read it to prepare for Baldur's Gate 3, because they're gonna obviously pull stuff from it, because it happens right after. They're gonna pull something from it, and it's like, it'd be good to know some of this, though the game probably doesn't expect people to play it, so it'd be fine if you didn't. But I don't want to, like, I don't want to read it, and then I build up certain expectations. Like, I'll see something, and I'll just instantly know what they're referring to, and it kind of kills the surprise of how the game's built, you know? It's like, eh. Classic D&D modules have some great ideas. Some of them wouldn't translate well. Yeah, but it's like, you know, the story, not necessarily the encounters and like how they balanced it, you know? Ron Edwards' anthology of game night being like joining a band. Everyone has to be on the same page about what the genre is and about the same skill level, or they stop having fun and they stop showing up. But stick with it and you'll copy others for a while and you'll find your own sound. Aw, I like that. I like that. That sounds really cute. Well, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Because that's how I feel about most, like, well, fancy noises. That's how I feel about most multiplayer stuff in general. Where I feel like certain people, I just don't, like, I get stressed trying to manage stuff. So I'm more managing things versus like actually just chilling and having fun playing stuff. Like I'm trying to be like the captain and keep everybody on track because everybody's trying to go whichever way, or certain people have like certain play styles that don't mesh with my play style, like wanting to rush ahead while I want to read. Or like I'm piloting a ship in Sea of Thieves and I'm like trying to park it, which takes a little bit. Meanwhile, everybody's jumping off the boat, going on the island, doing everything, and already coming back by the time I'm done, you know? Hey, Leo, how's it going? We're just chilling, talking D&D, which you maybe would have some things to say about, because you, I'm gonna plug you, are working on your own system. We're just talking about D&D lore and stuff and things. How's it going? Hope you're having a good time. Ooh, D&D. Yeah, because we're playing Baldur's Gate, so, you know. We're just winding down, because it is 12 o'clock. I said I was going to stop like 20 minutes ago, but you know me, here we are. I gotta get up at a decent time, and I need to find more time to read my book. Woo! It's Realms of the Elves. It's an anthology collection book of various Forgotten Realms stories, and I'm currently halfway through it. And the next... what is it? I've read stories by anyone familiar with these authors, because they've written, I think most of them have written stuff for the Realms. Richard Lee Byers, which had a really good one, a very long story too, 70 pages for an anthology. Philip Athens, who's written some other stuff, I think. Though I thought it's interesting reading different people's writing styles when I've mostly just been reading the same person. Because Richard Lee Byers had like a really good story of like, I kept trying to guess the twist, and like they kept like twisting around it, so I kept doubting myself. To where like half of it's true, half of it's not. You can't really tell like which part of your guess is correct. Much shorter story at 30 pages, which is pretty cool. Lisa Smedman, who has written like the Cleric, or part of the Cleric Quintet, I think, or maybe all of it. I don't remember, something like that. They had an interesting story, which is how I learned about the fugue plane a little bit, because they mentioned it. Midnight, it's only 9:06. Yeah, I'm living in the future, baby. And the cool thing about this anthology book, 'Cause it's called Realms of the Elves, so everything has to do with elves. All the main characters and things are elves of some sort, whether they're moon elves, you know, sun elves, drow, whatever. Because, you know, of course, Ari Salvatore's in here, which ritz. But the cool thing is all the stories are in chronological order. So it starts out at minus 25,090 DR, and it actually goes all the way up to, it's not the 1400s, I think it's at the 1300s, which is where this game we're playing right now takes place. I could find the start of the story. 1374. Which where are we right now? 1368, so we're like close. You gotta read more of the Forgotten Realms books. I'm enjoying them so far. I don't have any specific recommendations yet, because if you're an avid reader, maybe some of them wouldn't be for you. I fell out of reading around like high school, and I was mostly just reading required stuff, but I'm getting it's really useful for me to like just read something for like 20 minutes to an hour before bed instead of like watching videos, and I keep watching stuff and it keeps getting later. I keep just like scrolling around on Twitter and all that. Multiplayer rushers consuming content faster than your preferred pace and yelling done, complaining there isn't more content for them to rush through. I haven't played like long enough with most people to have that issue. It's just mostly like, you know, some people rushing through, some people like, I don't know, just different play styles and like different personalities that don't mesh well with me. I like calm, peaceful environments and like not, like I like to overanalyze and analyze some stuff, but sometimes when other people do that, it kind of irks me a little bit. And then of course when your group doesn't talk at all to each other, it's like, you know, it's awkward, man. Awkward. I just haven't found that group yet. It's that old Carlin gag about, you ever notice that anyone slower than you on the highway is a moron, everyone faster is insane. But yeah, that works. I do get impatient sometimes, but I feel like I've kind of calmed down on most of that. It's weird, because I have my pace, and if people aren't at my pace, generally speaking, then it frustrates me. But I generally play things like slowly too, so it's like, you know, whatever. I'd be a horrible teacher, basically. I'm horrible at teaching things, because I get impatient. Well, see, I play action games. I don't necessarily just play like point and click kind of things. I don't necessarily play, you know, just slow stuff. I play a variety. I do have slow reaction speeds, but I do play like, you know, first-person shooters and stuff too. Not much competitive multiplayer things, because that just makes me angry, but, you know. You feel like you suck at all games. No, you don't, Leo. Just give yourself the old man excuse. Yes. You had fun with the Icewind Dale series in Elminster back in your high school days. Oh, you mean this series of books? You may recognize these covers, maybe reprints. Ta-da! There's the Icewind Dale series, which, funnily enough, only this one takes place in Icewind Dale. The others have nothing to do with it. You can just throw them out the window, 'cause they're not Icewind Dale. So silly. I also have these books in this weird order, because they're going from left to right. Like, this one doesn't take place in Icewind Dale. They're in there for, like, literally one chapter. This one, nothing to do with Icewind Dale at all. Completely away from there. They do go to Calimshan, which is cool, but cool, and also has a racist character depiction of a Indian, what do you call it? What do you call, like, merchant people who are trying to, like, rip you off? A conman. It has an Indian, a blatantly Indian con man in it, which is, like, yikes. But ignoring him, Salib Dalib was his name, so you can kind of tell where I'm going with that. But, yeah. I haven't read most of these books. I've read those 3, and I'm working on the first one in the prequel trilogy. You don't mind getting your heart rate up? Do you expect some sort of cardiovascular hypertrophic benefit? Not into esports because nobody's going to pay me to do that job. Yeah, I'm not into esports stuff. I pretty much quit competitive things. I mean, if it's like, you know, casual Halo or something, it's like, I'm fine with that, you know, for a little bit. I don't want to make it my life, you know. I can't do that. Multiplayer, I think, is generally interesting, but I prefer usually more co-op experiences now. And single player, because in single player, I can control everything. It's all about my pace, not about other people. Though, I do want to try a couple of MMOs to see if I'd be into them. But only MMOs that I think would have like an interesting enough story for me to get through them. Because I don't care about the gameplay. Most of the gameplay in them are not interesting to me. It's fetch quest after fetch quest, and I just feel bored. Like, I don't think Final Fantasy XIV would be for me. But I do want to try Elder Scrolls Online, and I do want to try the Old Republic, SWTOR. Because I like KOTOR, and I know it's a different developer. It's not BioWare. But, you know, I could be into it. I like Star Wars. A lot of things. But I started well, I don't know. If you enjoyed the Icewind Dale series back in, you know, of course back in your school days, but you may enjoy his later books. Because the prequel trilogy is already like instantly a step above. These 3 I found like okay reads, but they're like what would you call them? Did they call them like popcorn films? Like popcorn books? They're like okay, you know? They're like a little cozy, read in your little nook of your room. You're not expecting to get anything really memorable out of them. You're probably gonna, you know, if you're an avid reader or you know storytelling well, you'll probably notice a lot of like, you know, underwhelming elements and how basic a lot of the stories are. The one I was working on until I started reading this one, is very much a step up in quality, I can say, because that's the one that starts talking more about the Drow and Loth and all that. But yeah, I think it's what do they call it? It's not the Silent Blade trilogy, right? That's the next one. Right? I think this one's Silent Blade. None of these are labeled what series they are because they just numbered them as Book 7 in the Legend of Drizzt series. So you have to like go look up online. Oh, this one has one of those spider things on it that I already forgot the name of. It was in the other story I read. Half spider, half drow things that Loth makes when she gets angry at somebody. I'll have to look those up again. There's so many words I gotta remember, man. ESO does a good job of catering to the solo casual crowd, to the point that the hardcores complain that they're being ignored, which is probably a good sign. Yes! I'll probably enjoy it then. Because I love Elder Scrolls stuff. Yet to meet the MMO that has a story on the same level as some single-player games I've played. Although you've not played SWTOR since launch, so you can't speak for the content. What's the true meaning of Kingdom Hearts to you? Well, isn't Kingdom Hearts the heart of all worlds? Of all the Disney worlds? Or do you mean something else? Like, do you mean like actual, like, the Kingdom Hearts moon thing? Or do you mean like the games? Oh no, I've opened up a wormhole. Yeah! Oh no, I don't know what you asked. I'm assuming that you meant the moon. It's like the heart of all the worlds or something. And having it gives you power or something. It's something, it's a random thing that the bad guys use, and it looks cool in the sky. That's what it is. That's the true meaning. It's a set piece. A set piece of no real description as to what it does. But it looks cool. Metaphorically, what does it mean to you? I don't know if I have any kind of metaphorical attachment to Kingdom Hearts. I've only played the second one. So I don't know if I have a metaphorical attachment to it of any kind of like, what does it mean to me? The only thing it means to me is the not metaphor. The true meaning was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that one. Metaphorically, it means I'm near the end of the game. So, I know the cool stuff's gonna be happening soon, I guess. When Kingdom Hearts shows up, you know the Disney stuff's over. It's about to get messy. Metaphorically, it means Disney captures more IPs every day. Thank you for your purchase. Oh my goodness. Of course, Kingdom Hearts is a metaphor for capitalism. Obviously. It just gets bigger the more IPs they capture.